Good evening, everybody. Good to see y'all. What's up, Arcane? What's up, Mizroy? Loader, hi. Satellite. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well on this impromptu end of the week that we're having this time. I'm doing good. Perhaps too good, in fact. I am so full of pizza and drink today that I am fit to burst. But don't worry. I have more drink. Yes, you seem less yeah, no, you are wrong, sir. You are so very wrong. I knocked back a bunch of rum and cokes during dinner, so I'm already fairly sauced. Destination Drunkish. Good evening, Manic. Good to see you. And Dave Thulu. It's good to see you as always. Pizza Thursday. Yeah. So it wasn't planned this way. So my wife had a bring your kids to work day at her office. So she and the girls went off to work. I stayed here with my mother-in-law. We had a nice relaxing day. We went to the beach and walked the length of Redondo. It was lovely. Had a nice lunch. When my wife got back, she actually came back with an entire pizza from the event. So that was our dinner. It was, however, a meat lovers, and oh god, do they love their meats. There was so much pepperoni and ham and sausage and bacon on it, I couldn't even see the pizza underneath anymore. So I think I've eaten the equivalent of an entire pig tonight, and I feel like it. Of course, you need a lot of drink to wash that down, which end up being multiple rum and cokes. So I'm doing great tonight. I'm having a lovely evening, frankly. Looking forward to the festivities tonight. It's like Satellite had a good day too. He said it was the first day of our local board game con. Had fun. Try to save some energy for the next 3 days of this. 2 highlights: Millennium Blaze CCG Simulator card game, which I know but hardly ever get to play, and New Me Harmonies, one of those puzzly tile placement games seem to be in, with a twist of tiles with little chunks of wood. They can stack very prettily. Nice. New venue didn't let us invite half the town's food trucks and insist we use their incredibly mediocre food service instead. Can't win them all. Ain't that the truth? Well, sounds like it was a really good time. And sounds like you have more good times on the horizon. That does sound like a lot of fun, actually. Reminds me of the good parts of going to Gen Con way back in college. There were high points and low points to that, certainly. But yeah, I had a little time for gaming. I'm still going through all my indie games, all the Curator Connect-A-Geddon victims, and posting them up. I'm kind of running out of bad ones, which I know sounds kind of insane, but looking back over the list of games and also reviewing my VODs, there's a significant number of games that I was like, you know, not my first choice, not gonna set the world on fire, but actually pretty competent or pretty interesting or pretty unique. So I've been setting those aside to actually play some of. before I render judgment upon them. And there's more and more and more of them now. Like, I don't know if you'll recall any of these names, but like Rhymodula, Ethereal Fracture, Rogue Zodiacs, Phoenix Spring, Zero Order Tactics, Somnibuster, Winter Night. Well, Geno Panic, you know, we've actually talked about streaming that. Cyberblade, Nyren Survivors, I think, was one. No Questions Asked, Wolf of Dereznia, The Die is Cast. So yeah, I've actually got a whole bunch of ones that the jury's still out on. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend them, but I'm not prepared to dismiss them out of hand like I'm looking for 3,024 people, which I am heartbroken I can't curate because it's been delisted from Steam. So y'all should count yourselves lucky you were able to behold that dumpster fire of a game. Haven't get to play the Slay the Spire board game. It's play and win, but as expected as you're constantly checked out, I can imagine, you know. That's a good idea, Ms. Roy. And we definitely didn't discuss it here. What's up, Laretcha Spiso? Good to see you tonight. So between my newfound quest to actually curate all the things that I was given through Curator Connect, I really should have been doing this the whole time, but I'm a terrible person. Between that and the fact that I keep buying stuff from this Automation Fest on Steam, I've got Automachef and Railgrade. God knows I might... Oh god, I just noticed today, now in addition to the Automation Fest, there is a Sim Fest going on, if you haven't seen it. It's a third-party thing. It's basically a couple of publishers got together to feature their games, but I mean, it's a bunch of really notable stuff. It's, what, Frontier Developments, the Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Jurassic Park Sim folks, the Workers and Resources Soviet Republic people, the Frostpunk folks, House Flipper folks. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there and I actually want to get, and I'm trying to be good, because I did actually just have to shell out to keep my website open, which I would like to keep around. I may not update it. My time writing reviews may be over, but I do like having that website so I can point to it and be like, hey, I actually written a lot of things. But it does mean I should probably stop buying a bunch of random new games for myself. What was there to say about I'm looking for 3,024 people? Nothing any longer because Steam squashed this overripe third. What's up, Fury Fighter? Good to see you. Glad you're out here. We can all come together and enjoy some nice, relaxing SimCity SNES music. Topical, in fact. But for reasons I won't get into yet. Because I'm going to play Koi tonight. Those have 4 people on the floor, we have 2. Uh-oh. Well, as long as you're one of them, it reflects well upon you. Grab 2 point-and-click Fillmore games for a couple bucks. Never heard of them before until I saw a YouTube video of them pop up. Yeah. Watching people play stuff. Has definitely been the strongest urging for me to get new things. Playing Koi was an SNES game. Wouldn't it be funny? We had 3, they still... I'm calling out you for your next shift. Nice. I've actually got a couple things that I want to talk about tonight. But there's a twist this time. There's a twist. We're going to talk about them at the end of the stream. Not the beginning. We're going to talk about them at the end. Because I got 2 notions in my head, 2 things that I want to discuss with y'all. But I also want to make sure that we actually get through this magazine tonight. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Depending on how feisty y'all are with game requests, we may actually finish early tonight, which would be perfect because that'd just be more time to ramble on about the topics I'm curious about. But my bedtime, though! I'm sorry, Beth. I'm sorry, but as I've always said, I'm not here to encourage good life decisions. If you want to participate in the conversation, you gotta ruin your sleep schedule. Sorry. Isn't Jungle Strike actually really good? I don't know, because I am not personally familiar with the Strike series. I know the titles, I know the rough release schedule of them, but I never played any of them until we started doing them through the Power Hours. So at this point I played Desert Strike on SNES and Game Boy, and this is the first appearance of Jungle Strike in its Game Boy form. I imagine it's not a life-changing announcement. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't really do life-changing announcements on here. It's all stream-related stuff, so you're gonna... If you're not here to hear about it, you're gonna see it happen. But yeah, based on Desert Strike, I'm actually heartened to play the rest of the Strike series. I like Desert Strike. Well, specifically, I like the SNES Desert Strike. The Game Boy one was not great. But yeah, and I imagine this one wouldn't be either. But yeah, so let me give you some schedule reminders. Let me tease. Buildings on quarantine. Didn't know that. No one in the person forum went home. Oh, geez. Bird noise. Yeah, this is from Kawa no Nushitsuri 2. Some kind of SNES fishing game. Maybe a fishing RPG? I know those exist. So yeah, anyway, let me talk about the schedule. We'll do the magazine. At the end of the magazine, once this is done and dusted, I have two important topics I want to discuss with y'all. As long as this isn't you're going on vacation for a month, can I miss everything? No. You don't have to worry about that. I don't play coy with my vacations. The only reason I didn't announce this weekend vacation that's coming the next 2 days earlier is because my dumb brain didn't put it together that because I would not be at my home for 2 nights, I would not be able to stream those 2 nights. But I figured it out eventually. So yeah, first reminder is that this is the last stream for the week. There's no stream on Friday, there's no stream on Saturday. I'm taking a little weekend vacation. It's gonna be lovely, I'm very excited about it. It's just like, we're going like 2.5 hours away by car and staying at a place and going in the pool, and it's gonna be nice. I'll be back on Sunday. And I don't stream on Sunday. I never stream on Sunday. I never have and I never will. But there might be a Sunday stream. In fact, I'm pretty sure there will be. In fact, that's one of the things I'm going to talk about at the end of the stream. Because I decided what that Sunday stream that I'm definitely not doing is going to be. So you've got that as a teaser. Monday, Aisha is back. We are Aishing. We will continue our Aishings. Next issue of Nintendo Power will start next Thursday. We'll go ahead and start on July 1995. I think you'll get an inkling at the end of tonight. It's not going to be a super eventful issue. I'm not planning for it to be, so we might get through that one pretty fast. August, though. Oh, Jesus. August is a big damn deal. There is a lot of power packed into the August issue of NP, so buttress your feelings for that. And then next Friday, not tomorrow, because I ain't streaming tomorrow, keep that in mind, but a week from tomorrow is Community Night. F-Zero Racer is stewarding the July Community Night. It's RPG Maker games, and I'm very much looking forward to this because I like RPG Maker games. I like weird indie RPG stuff. I like games. I like I have a little thing for single developed games if they have a real clear vision and like a strong concept for their game, and I feel like RPG Maker devs tend to have that, at least the notable ones. I've been saying for a while that I should check out more RPG Maker games, and it looks like we're gonna do just that a week from tomorrow. So keep that in mind. And if you still want to request something for that, I believe you still can. Requests, I think, will be open through next week. So, yeah. That's the schedule plan, chat. A little unusual this week, but back to normal next week, I think, as far as I know. I had the Xbox version of System Shock 2 enhanced surprisingly well on console. Had to rebind many things, I bet. A lot of folks are doing summer vacations. It is a season for it. Other than this weekend one, I don't think there'll be too many other schedule interruptions for a good long while. But I'll let you know if there are. As far as stream content goes, I generally just accept life is full of surprises. That's the thing. I mean, it's when it comes to streaming, it's just the streamer. If something happens in the streamer's life, there's not a whole lot they can do about that. And I don't ever want to be one of those streamers that feels like they can't, like, they have to stream all the time and thus can't go on vacations. I mean, obviously, I'm never going to be. I have a nice cozy community here that's not demanding I be online, like, 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. Because I wouldn't be anyway, so wouldn't be any point to that. But yeah, I'm going to vacation when I'm going to vacation, and that is simply it. Main experience was Soviet Strike on the PS1, notable for finally having circle. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Finally getting circle strafe in these games. Its absence is strongly felt in Desert Strike, I can say that. Also getting me PM Collector Boy and Shadows the Trash Mammal. Good to see both y'all. Always surprised at how long the Strike series lasted. Yeah, I remember the start of it very clearly, like Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Urban Strike. Then it gets a little fuzzy after that. Soviet Strike, Nuclear Strike. I don't actually know when the series ended, but I know it went for a good long while. Even after I stopped subscribing to Nintendo Power, it would show up in the pages of PC Gamer for many, many years. We don't even demand that you be entertaining. Phew! Load off of me. As long as it isn't, I'm only going to play shooters in Fortnite from now on. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I would, if I was making a big format change, and I'd like to point out, since you bring it up, I haven't actually done a big format change in several years at this point. Not really since the declaration of interest in weird old games, which, I mean, if anything, I've kind of softened on. I've softened on in a way. I kind of do weird or old games now. But I also have an increasing focus on RPGs, but that may not last forever. I don't know. So, but yeah, I haven't really introduced any like major new formats. We've been doing the Power Hours for like, I think 5 years? Four or 5 years at this point. So yeah, and I don't have the space to cram anything else in here, you know? The only thing I could really do is shift my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday focus. From weird old to weird or old games, yeah. Nuclear Strike is kind of the last one. There's supposed to be one called Future Strike, ended up turning into Future Cop LAPD. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. I like mecha. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Yeah. Let's get to it, chat. Welcome back to Nintendo Power. Welcome back to June of 1995. I keep confusing myself because in the magazine, we're in June. In the real world, we're in July. When we finish the June issue, we'll be in July. So for like a week, we're going to be doing July Nintendo Power in July, but then we'll be in August. And I don't know. I end up with a really weird summer overlap with the power hours here. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Good time, and we're gonna get into it with Jungle Strike, the sequel to Desert Strike, as if you couldn't put that together. Fight against terrorism. Terrorism. Boy, that played a lot differently before 9/11, didn't it? And this awesome sequel to Desert Strike by THQ and Electronic Arts. Kind of funny. THQ and Electronic Arts working together like that. Have you tried Blueprints? No, I haven't. I haven't streamed Blueprints. I haven't played it in my own time. I genuinely don't know what to do with Blueprints. I don't own it yet. So that's the first question. When should I pick it up? The second question is obviously, should I stream it or not? Because it sounds like one of those games that I could just stream forever. But would I want to stream it forever? I don't know. Not sure if it counts as a builder game. Apparently Wandering Village is now 1.0. It does. I would say it does. It's very openly a city builder, even if it's got other stuff going on. And I would like to pick that up at some point. I've been dragging my feet on that one in particular, but I would like to. Does Square and EA work together in PS1 and early PS2 periods? What would the titles have been? I don't remember that. Because when Square made the jump away from Nintendo consoles, I kind of lost track of them for a bit. Like, I didn't play Final Fantasy VII when it originally came out. I played Final Fantasy VII when it made it to the PC. Same with Final Fantasy VIII. So I was a bit behind the curve. I was a bit on the outside with Square until I got a PS2 a year or two into its run and went back to catch up on things. And even then, I didn't catch up on all the Square games, just the most notable ones. Millennium Blaze, friend does all that Kickstarter stuff we tried to play a couple months ago, didn't get very far. Game I'd like to like, but doesn't quite hit right. It'd probably be streaming for a full month if you did. It would be fun to watch you play, but I think it doesn't fit with your stream style. I think there's value in streaming the first layer of Blueprints. I don't know if this channel is the right place for solving everything in a game. Yeah. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, even... We're coming up on the... Christ. 7-year anniversary of this channel? Last year was 6 years, right? Yeah, last year was 6 years. This is the 7-year anniversary of this channel. And there's still, yeah. It's still a bit fuzzy at times, like what exactly is the right thing to stream on here. I mean, I definitely have a clearer vision of that than I ever have in the past. But there's still some stuff on the periphery that I'm like, maybe I'd like to do this. Maybe it would work. Maybe it wouldn't. X-Strike on PS2, Kingdom Hearts 1, Final Fantasy X, Parasite, anything that begins with distributed by Square Electronic. Oh, I never paid any attention to that. Oh. Absolutely not a completion. It does take forever to get to the end. Yeah. I don't know. It may happen. We'll see. I have to be, like... You gotta consider... I only do probably, like... We could count it up. But I feel like I only do, like, 7 or 8 big games a year. You know? Between trying to fit smaller stuff in between the larger stuff and things carrying on for longer than I expect and vacations and breaking up streams and whatnot, I kind of have to be a bit selective about the big games I play on this channel, you know? Like, since we're talking about it, since I'm easily distracted and very, very poor at my stated goals of getting through something in an evening. What are the big games I played this year? Atelier Aisha. 1000 X Resist was like 5 streams. I wouldn't call that big. Jedi Fallen Order was 7 streams, so that could be a big one. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, obviously. That was 16 streams. Final Fantasy VI. What we used to know as Final Fantasy III. Illusion of Gaia was 5 streams. So, yeah. We're over halfway through the year, and I've played, like, what I would consider 4 big games. So, don't ever be sorry for side railing me. It's gonna happen one way or the other. I wouldn't talk about these things if I didn't enjoy talking about them. And I find talking about streams to be very satisfying. I've always liked looking back on what I've done and looking ahead to what I'm going to do. Like, I find something, like, singularly comforting about that. So I will... You have to remember that, chat. I will take basically any opportunity to talk about the stream itself. So be careful what you ask. Trouble with puzzle games is either something the audience hasn't played and is just watching, or something they know all the answers to and constantly trying not to spoil stuff, or haven't played yet and aren't going to watch to avoid ruining it for themselves. That is true, yes. That is definitely true. Yeah, puzzle games, I think it really depends on puzzle games. We had an okay time playing Space Chem. We had a really good time doing The Witness. I feel like The Witness could be considered quite a success. I think I'm pretty safe doing puzzle games under the pretense of democratic playthroughs. That way, when people just get sick of the puzzle cycle, they can just vote it out. We can move on to something else. I will say, I think democratic playthroughs have really helped this channel a lot. It's made me a lot more comfortable trying things, starting things, without feeling like I have to finish them, which is good because I'm not super good at finishing stuff anyway. Now I don't have to take full responsibility for Oddish finishing something. Now I can foist it over on chat. It's your fault. Anyway, I think I was talking about helicopters at some point. Terror in the streets, not in the sheets. Evil drug lord Ortega's teamed up with your archfoe's son, Kill Baba. They named a character in this game Kill Baba. Together they're playing their revenge against you and your country, whatever country that is. They've gathered together a powerful private army funded by their illegal activities and supplied with black market weapons. When the word got out these evildoers are back in town, the call went out for America's best pilot. You. If you can't stop them, nobody can. Kill Babas, kill you. Kiki is terrorist. Co-pilots. Well, you may be a pilot of great skill. You're useless. Useless, chat, without a competent co-pilot. Be sure to examine the personnel roster carefully. All right, we got to talk about these people, chat. People are important, like Mr. 3D. Mr. 3D is just that, third in his class, the academy, and your third choice on a roster of 2 co-pilots. I really like that turn of phrase. Leave this guy back at the base. Mr. Ego. Scott Antonio thinks he's hot. Actually, he's merely average of both the winch and the gun. He's the best co-pilot to choose at the beginning of the game. Faceman. Grant Foster's a great gunner, has poor winching skills. You can use him as your co-pilot after you rescue him in the second mission. Annihilator. Rosalind D is the only female co-pilot in the game. Way to be representative, Jungle Strike. Her gunning skills are merely adequate, but she's a master with the winch. She'll rescue her during Campaign 4. And Wild Bill. Let's say Wild Bill in Campaign 6. You're the best co-pilot in business with the skills of your command to be unstoppable. So you say. I haven't finished a game I started this year except Dark Souls. I sort of regret it since stream was doing it with decided to pick you. Oh yeah, that whole rigmarole. Sorry to hear about that. Mr. Knowledge. Wrong magazine. I'm useless even with the co-pilot. Good evening, Zem. I guess I've finished a fair number of games this year, on stream and off stream. I do like finishing games. It's just when I'm playing stuff on my own, generally I finish what I've started. It's just streaming is a little bit different because you have to consider if people are actually enjoying watching what you're doing, and if you're like, if me as the streamer, if I am enjoying showing off something. Like, I have definitely played games on this channel that I absolutely love, but I don't love the act of streaming them. And I've definitely played some stuff on my own that I was very glad I played on my own, because streaming them would have kind of ruined the experience. They all have man or Mr. in their names except for Annihilator and Bill. Is their gender wild? Bill identifies as wild. If you played Desert Strike, you're gonna love Jungle Strike, but you're ready for a tougher fight. The missions game are enough to drive most pilots into the dirt. Because the enemies have improved their weaponry, the army has provided a few new toys as well. There's rumor that there may be a stealth fighter for you to find. I'm curious about that because I feel like being able to hover in this game is kind of important. But you are apparently not locked into the helicopter in this. The second campaign has a hovercraft. You can drive around an assault motorcycle. That's all pretty cool. Must strike into the urban area. What's up, Chaos? Alright, Washington, D.C. Two well-known drug lords have mobilized their private armies against Washington, D.C., and you're the only pilot capable of stopping them. Have drug lords always been, like, the kind of, like, neutral antagonist in video games and media? Like, we've definitely gone through some dark times where certain nationalities and ethnic groups have been the villainous force du jour. But I feel like drug lords are the fallback. Drug lords are pretty much accepted as bad dudes. To make matters worse, the president's motorcade is due back in town in a moment. You must use extreme caution when engaging the enemy. You're fighting on your home turf. So any stray shot will spell those out. So that's interesting. You're actually starting in Washington, D.C., though. Just looking at these screenshots, it doesn't look very D.C.y, really. The cowardly terrorists have decided to use car bombs. Oh, dear. Let's see. We got a sub hunt off the coast. Fly around some islands and blow up some subs. Training grounds. Terrorist training grounds. Go blow all them up. Night strike. Oh, that's interesting. It's like dark. Luso say up. You didn't see nothing, chat. Tega's army has taken over the town of San Peluso and his men are ruling the town. Oh, actually, the copy on this is way worse than that. Ortega's army has taken over the town San Peluso and his men are ruling the town. That sounds like a sentence that they went back and half-edited. Have they mentioned the Super Game Boy yet? No, they've kind of come off of that lately. I mean, this is also the only Game Boy game featured in this issue. It's not Super Game Boy enabled. So, yeah. Maybe Nintendo Power got a mandate from above to like cool their jets on that. Bloom is off that roast. I mean, they got the Virtual Boy to puff up now, so. And I think when it comes to their feud with Sega, they're just trying to boost up the the Super Nintendo, the Virtual Boy, and the upcoming Ultra 64. So, all right, let's do some Jungle Strike. Let us strike this villainous jungle. No jungle shall escape our sight. I wonder if it might have had something to do with Super Game Boy sales, too. I don't know offhand how well it sold. But yeah, if sales numbers are down, then maybe there's not much reason to keep pushing it like super, super hard. All right. Let's do it. Now, I'm fully expecting to get my ass kicked in this game. Game Boy Desert Strike was a lot harder than SNES Desert Strike. And Nintendo Power came right out and said that this game is harder than Desert Strike, so... Mighty Undirected push the Virtual Boy rather than the Super Game Boy? I would think so, yeah. Mike Sierra, I came in Mr. 3D. Still smells like the Academy. Mr. 3D is great with the winch. Cannot hit a white whale on a black background. Okay, that's really funny. Hang on. How do you switch? Here we go. Oh, cool. You can actually see everybody's thing. Ego's the most focused pilot of the group. Doesn't have a life. Doesn't wall when he's average with the winch and gun. Hot gunner, his winch skills to breeze a campfire. Recruited from a local arcade, every mission is a game. She's a rough, tenacious pilot that's forced to be reckoned with. Roz is good at everything except for aim, shaky. While Bill's the best of the bunch, just ask him. He's the top gunner and he uses the winch like a lasso. Alright, whatever. Let's play the game. Washington, D.C. Oh, no mission briefing. We're doing it. Oh, Lord in heaven. Okay. Taking off from the White House. Oh, those sound effects, man. I don't know about these sound effects. Okay. Monuments. Enemy headquarters. Car bombs. Agent Akbar. Motorcade, enemy spy, car, Harv, attack vans, fuel drums, ammo crates. They kind of didn't bother to tell me what my mission was or anything, so we'll figure it out, I guess. He's a trap! I mean, everything seems quiet so far. Oh! Holy shit, that thing took a ton of damage. Oh god, there's another one. Jesus Christ. Oh, that low armor warning is super obnoxious. Does everyone blow up the monuments or something? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Let's look at the map again. Okay, the enemy HQ. Oh, the enemy HQ is a mystery. We don't know where the enemy HQ is. See, on a system with as limited sound channels as the Game Boy, you really shouldn't. Like, you really shouldn't have alerts like this. I don't know if I'm supposed to blow these up, but they're cop cars, so. Come on. I don't know what my mission objectives are. Jungle strike so they can. Oh, I boinked into a building. What is this, like a summoning circle? Cool, guys. Okay, so according to Nintendo Power, I need to destroy those armored buses. I need to blow up car bombs. I need to detonate car bombs before they can hurt people or something. Can I have that, please? Thank you. And I need to protect the president's motorcade. I mean, considering the current state of affairs, he can fend for himself, frankly. Okay, Christ, how do I repair my armor? This is so obnoxious. It's kind of hard to hit people. I like the way these spin around. It's so cute. Okay, if I could just kind of... There we go. Low armor forever. Oh no, they blew up whatever that place is. Alright, cool. Chad, in my expert reviewer opinion, I think maybe this is a wait for the SNES version kind of game. Okay, maybe we shouldn't destroy the Jefferson Memorial. They're gonna need that in Fallout 3. Alright. Jefferson Memorial is safe. Ish. There we go. Don't complain I have about the strike games. Everything has a hard cap, so you really have to be diligent on when you pick up refuels and ammo packs. Yeah, that was a bit tricky in Desert Strike. Learning the pace of the game and when I need to resupply was pretty tough. I remember one night I had a pretty good mission going, except there was just, I had already picked up all the fuel on the map, and there was no way to refuel. So. Granted, that was on me, but at the same time, not the most fun mechanic to have to contend with ever. Like, these really feel like the kind of games that would benefit from having, like, a specific refueling spot. Like, if you need to refuel, go back here. How's Washington Monument? Oh no, Chad. Yeah, I have another life. Plus, I get all my ammo back when I die. Okay, so it seems like the strategy in this game is to, like, find the angle from which you can shoot enemies and they can't hit you. Can't say that makes for the most thrilling gameplay in the world, but it was the 90s. Okay, We still don't know where the enemy HQ is. That's annoying. We don't know where car bombs... We don't know where anything is. So apparently, my mission is to protect the monuments, destroy the enemy HQ, destroy car bombs, destroy Agent Akbar, protect the motorcade, maybe, and destroy the enemy spy. That's my assumption here. But since nothing is being described, I'm going to level everything that's not a monument. You have to do... Okay, when you say do the monuments, what do you mean do the monuments? Like, destroy them? Because I can definitely do that. Oh, this one's off the map. Oh, okay, so... Okay, so I have to destroy... Okay, any enemies around the monuments, I have to get rid of them. Okay, okay. I apologize for my snide tone. I see the error of my ways now. Now let's spend a couple minutes plinking away at this tank that can't hit me. Well, considering what we just discussed about the strike games, I hope this isn't the motorcade. Considering what we just discussed about the strike games, I've probably already picked up too many pickups to beat this level, but we can see how far we can get at least. Okay, so there is something in the vicinity of the monument here. Villainous bus! I will see you undone. Okay. Alright, that one's clear. End Eve alert! Brace yourselves, chat. Girl, come over. Guy, I'm coming over. Girl, we should stop using walkie-talkies. Oh my god. Hi, End Eve. Can I imagine Jane series hadn't evaporated because DCS World was about the only rival of the realism on the market? I still remember when, like, super realistic, crunchy flight sims, like, were big business. It's kind of a shame that went away, you know? I shouldn't shoot the statues. Maybe shouldn't shoot the statues. Oh god. Crunch. What's up, Austin? Good to see you. Yep, three lives, that's it. Alright. Well, I would continue this. I think the core gameplay of the strike games is fun, but I really don't like their Game Boy versions. I really don't like the way they use the Game Boy soundscape. And the controls are just pretty rough. Oh no, we have to stop playing. But yeah, I am looking forward to this one coming to Super Nintendo. I'd rather see more of that Mayan god possessing a helicopter. I almost picked that up during the summer sale. It's on a pretty deep discount. I might actually do that the next time there's a big sale. You know what I'm not gonna do? Pick up an X-Band. The grand prize this month, chat, is your very own X-Band. Play against your friends via modem. Win a year's worth of X-Band service. And X-Band... Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Win your own X-Band modem for yourself and for friends. So that would actually enable online play for your whole little friend group. That is, yeah, that'd be pretty rad. Megacopter, yes. Yeah. It's absolutely wild of you that X-Band worked at all. I didn't realize what it was until we read the Nintendo Power feature on it. It was apparently like doing like game-specific code injection to enable online multiplayer? Like, dude, online multiplayer for modern games specifically designed for it is crazy complicated. This is straight up sorcery, what they did. It is wild, an absolutely wild concept. I can also see why it didn't take off in the least. It was, if anything, a bit ahead of its time. Yeah, exactly. Especially with game cards meaning they implement massive patches of games to make them work. Yeah, very much so. Kind of like the massive big brother of a game genie. Yeah, the legitimized online game genie. Bold of you to assume I have 4 friends. Apparently you also win a selection of X-Band games. Score some of the hottest titles around, including Mortal Kombat 2 and NHL 95. That's nothing to sneeze at. Does this mean it does have OG Xbox Live vibes? No, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, really shows you how the Xbox brand kind of grew out of the tail end of like the 90s extreme marketing vibe. I wonder if you could actually trace the evolution of the 90s marketing concepts into the like kind of like gonzo over-designed 2000s stuff by way of Xbox. As Google to see if a year's worth of service was the entire life of it or not. Freaking love that Game Genie lets people patch games. Fun seeing how getting to replace 1 or 2 choice bytes for ROM can have such dramatic effects. It's cool. Like, I wasn't a fan of the Game Genie when it was at the time, when it was contemporary. But upon reflection and learning more about what the Game Genie actually did, I think it's a really neat piece of kit. It's a really, really neat concept. Like, basically a homebrew code injection system for your console. These people have done private server stuff for the X-Band present day. No kidding. Well, it's just goes to show you, there are fans of anything out there. Second prize, be an X-Band or win an X-Band modem a year's worth of it. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. The grand prize gets you an X-Band games and then X-Bands for 4 of your friends. Second prize still gets you an X-Band and a year's worth of service. So, yeah. If you were really into multiplayer games and wanted to help pioneer online gaming, this would have been a pretty cool contest to jump in on. Fun, mildly horrifying fact: Final Fantasy VIII's official localization was injected via Game Shark. Really? Versus actor, good luck. The guy picked to play live action Link is a bit too babyface for your taste. Okay, I will say this. My only observation on the Legend of Zelda casting is people lost their goddamn minds over the Mario Brothers movie casting, and it turned out great. It actually turned out they made excellent choices there. So, whatever misgivings you may have about the Legend of Zelda casting, I have great confidence in. Which Mario Brothers movie? Which one do you think? Since we're talking about the new upcoming Zelda movie. Probably the one that cast, oh fuck, his name went right out of my head. Shit. Yeah, okay, to be fair, both did have great casting, yeah. It's just, the first one was a terrible movie. And the modern one was actually good. Script is gonna matter so much more than the casting? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Basically, Square gave the localization team next to no resources, so the localization team went, fuck you, we'll add to the game with Game Sharks. Chris Pratt! God damn it. Remember when they cast Chris Pratt to play Mario and everybody lost their minds? They're like, oh my god, this is a trash. And then the movie came out and it was actually super, super good. And he was really good in it. Yeah. So I am not worried about the Zelda casting. The movie itself was just ill-conceived on so many levels. It really was. It really was. I think there was a germ of an amazing movie in there. I think a truly great, like generationally great director could have pulled that off and given us like a truly unique vision of the Mario Bros that would have resonated throughout history, but that ain't what we got. The way the cast looks will matter not much at all if the makeup team costuming is at all decent. True, yeah. Would prefer Mr. Martin? No. I said this from the start. All the people who are agitating for Charles Martinet to do Mario's voice. Like, it is one thing for him to do little action shouts and yips in a video game. It is another thing entirely to listen to him doing that high-pitched fucking voice for an hour and a half straight. You would have clawed your ears off. I have nothing but respect for Charles Martinet. He did an excellent job as Mario in all the games that he voiced him in. He seems, by all accounts, to be a stand-up dude. But for the movie, for a feature film, abso-fucking-lutely not. There was a German that made me sick. Curious how the Zelda movie would go. I've never experienced the cast so much of anything aside from Link's actor being haunting a blind manor, so I'm curious how it'll do. I get it's entirely down to the script. Like, the only thing that really matters about the Zelda movie is going to be the script. What are they going to do with it? You know? The Mario movie didn't follow any particular game. It instead borrowed bits and pieces from, like, really the full scope of the Mario franchise, while also telling an origin story and having, like, Mario and Toad and Peach meet for the first time. And they did a really, really good job of it. So it's really down to what they decide to do with this story. Is it going to be a Zelda origin story? Is it going to be the bones of the original Zelda? And if so, like, how do you make a compelling narrative out of those dungeons? And that very, like, open, kind of lonely world they have. Are they gonna flesh it out? Are they gonna bring in characters that basically only appeared in the instruction manual, like Impa, and make her a full character? All I'm saying is Jack Black is Tingle. I mean, that'd put my ass in a seat. Montages, that's how. Yeah, we're talking Hollywood movie Zelda, yeah. He's in the last Dragon Ball Super movie as a bad guy, and you see how different the Mario voice is from his usual one. Oh, I bet. Seeing people criticize the Mario new one for being safe and boring, but I thought it was well made. I will say this. I genuinely think the new Super Mario Brothers movie was very good. It was very successful at the box office. I think it was super solid. But I have to observe, it had basically no cultural impact. Like, people were excited and interested in it. It came out, it made $1 billion, and then it went away. Like, I think if anything, the Sonic movies had more cultural impact. I mean, to be fair, they went a lot harder with the Sonic movies. Like, they slammed out all 3 of those in pretty short order. And against all odds, made all 3 of them apparently really good. But yeah, I will note that while the Mario movie is good, it does not appear to have been, like, transformatively good. The only cultural impact it seems to have had is maybe like softening studios' willingness to go in on a video game movie. But here again, I think Sonic probably made more headway on that than Mario did. I think there was a shock of, wait, the first was pretty good and then the others are pretty... That's a good point. That's a good point. I think both Sonic fans and the uninitiated alike saw it. Well. We all saw the first preview for the first Sonic movie and we're like, oh god, this is going to be the dumpsteriest dumpster fire ever. And then they somehow salvaged that. And everybody was like, what? And the people behind that film very smartly rode that momentum into an entire trilogy. So good on them for that. I will give them a world of credit for that. Let's be honest, Mario's a narrative franchise is really disposable. Yeah. You don't play any of the Mario games for stories, even though, to be fair, a few of them have really interesting stories. I think Super Mario Galaxy has a genuinely great story that fucking goes places by the end. Years and years ago, an online gaming zine made a trailer for an Ocarina of Time movie's April Fool's stunt. Scenes were pretty obviously low budget, but sounded good. And we got Jim Carrey dancing with himself. Mario Shine's mechanics can't really be translated to film effectively. True. Here again, though, I will give the Mario movie credit for making an effort in that with the whole, like, boot camp that Peach puts Mario through. I feel like that was a pretty good attempt at translating the mechanics of Mario into film in an entertaining way. Fully expecting the Zelda one to start the safest and most boring course and just retell the first game or something. I mean, yeah, you can make a very effective but bog standard like fantasy adventure hero's journey film out of the first Zelda, and they will most likely go that route. And I can't blame them for it either. It's hard to argue with wanting to get a stable foundation to build a franchise upon. Like, I gotta wonder, since Mario made $1 billion, what might they do for the second one? You know? Because they have the advantage of the first one making $1 billion, and they have the advantage of seeing what the Sonic movies did. And I fully expect the people behind the Mario sequel, because there will be a Mario sequel, to be taking notes on that. So, it's possible, and I certainly hope, that they will take more chances with future ones after getting off to a stable, if slightly boring start. I know Teeth Sonic shows up in Chip and Dale movie. I really wanted to see that Chip and Dale movie until it came out and got really bad reviews. But from like previews and stuff, the Chip and Dale movie sounded like it was gonna be a really great idea, and I guess it just wasn't. Keanu's Shadow is still amazing. That was another thing I'll give the Sonic movies for, is incredible casting. They nailed their casting. Funny Disney did that and the movie's now forgotten except for having that Sonic design in it. Yeah. Mario's world narrative is based on what would be best for the individual game and trying to be a big consistent setting. Sonic's consistent world building to adapt more easily. That's true. That's true. Yeah, each Mario game is definitely something unto itself. I hope Link doesn't say a word. He goes to speak, gets cut off. Obvious answer is comic book movie formula, more bad guys. Mario 2 Doki Doki Panic. Dude, I'll be straight with you. If they did Subcon for the second Mario movie, I would be so excited. If they did Wart and the Shy Guys and all that, I think that would be fucking amazing. I'd like a good, one good Resident Evil movie, please. I'm sorry, you're just asking way too much here. You are just watching. You're just asking for too much. Watch is legit great. Absolutely love the Chip and Dale movie. Okay, Zem, I'll give it a chance. Since you mentioned it, since you give it your own thumbs up, I will give it a chance. Because I swear, I hadn't heard anybody say anything good about it until now. But I'm willing to take your word on, and I mean, I have Disney Plus, so why the fuck not? Could do some interesting stuff, go off to Sarasaland or space or have the Smith show. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could do a shitload of stuff with the second movie. But yeah, if they did Subcon, I would be super into that. Wishlist is Link has no spoken lines, like cross-dressing scene like Breath of the Phantom's Jack Black. I want to see the 3D Majora mini movie. I think people were talking about that. And say how damn wild it is that video game movies are a state of being good enough consistently that we can have little friendly rivalries. No, it is. It absolutely is. I mean, it... Considering how long video games have been around, considering how long they've been making video game movies, it's kind of crazy that it's taken until like the 2020s to get consistently good video game movies. I'm not saying there weren't good video game movies before. I know there's a handful that you can make very compelling cases for, and there are plenty of cult classics and personal faves. But you gotta admit, like, we're in uncharted territory here between the Mario and Sonic franchises. Like, video game movies are finally actually a successful thing. And I am really curious where they're gonna go from this. Most of the time we had to, let's just say, buttress our feelings. Mortal Kombat and Silent Hill weren't perfect, just the right level of entertaining for you. I didn't hate the Silent Hill movie. I thought it had some neat ideas. And one of those horrifying deaths I've ever seen in a horror movie, frankly, so good on them for that, I guess. I've always heard people talk fondly about the original Mortal Kombat film. Like, not necessarily that it was a great film, but that it was entertaining enough. Oh, yeah, if y'all haven't seen the preview for the new Mortal Kombat movie, please do. They are finally onto something here. I got the full experience because I watched the fake trailer before I watched the real one, and I was laughing so hard. It was great. Original Mortal Kombat film should not have been decent, given it being a PG-13 bloodless Mortal Kombat film somehow is actually fun. Just look up the new Mortal Kombat 2 stuff. Just do it. Just do it. It's so good. Surprised we haven't gotten an Amnesia movie. Okay, you gotta remember that video game movies were basically long shots this whole time. Like, seriously, prior to, I would say, in my estimation, prior to the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, that's my marker. Prior to the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, video game movies were a long shot. Yes, they made them. They were generally bad. Some got decent reviews. Mortal Kombat did okay. I think the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider, first one at least, was pretty well regarded. But with them being long shots, it meant they had to be built off of the most identifiable brands, the most iconic ones, the ones that reached furthest beyond the video game niche itself, which was stuff like Mortal Kombat, Tomb Raider, I'd argue Sonic was building a bit off what Detective Pikachu. That's true. Detective Pikachu did preface a lot of these. I think the thing is, Detective Pikachu felt very unique. Like, Detective Pikachu felt like a one-off thing. Because it wasn't so much a Pokemon... Okay, this might sound insane. But in my estimation, Detective Pikachu wasn't so much a Pokemon movie, but a movie that was using Pokemon in a very unique way. Whereas the Sonic movie is a Sonic movie. It is Sonic the Hedgehog, you know? Yeah, you don't need to specify outside Japan. We're talking Hollywood here. Like, there is... I'm not trying to be all oorah America first here, but when it comes to film, there is Hollywood and there is the rest of the world. Not to denigrate what's going on elsewhere in the world. Obviously, places like China and India have huge and vibrant movie industries now, but Hollywood is special. Hollywood is a unique entity, and we're talking about video game movies in Hollywood. Yeah, using Pokemon as a jumping off point, exactly. Detective Pichu is surprising for how much it was for the fans and didn't explain enough for the confused parents who don't know about Pokemon. Good evening, Eva. It's good to see you. Yeah, I know there's Pokemon movies. Again, I'm not counting those because those are niche anime films. I know they did great. I know they did gangbusters. Pokemon is Pokemon. What Pokemon does, other franchises cannot emulate. Straight up. Highest rated video game movie on Rotten Tomatoes is Werewolves Within. Actually, a good horror comedy based on an Ubisoft game nobody gave a shit about. F-Zero movie could go hard, never gonna happen. You don't know that. You don't know that. I mean, look, once Marvel got going with their bullshit, every fucking Marvel character who has ever existed got screen time, right? If that happens with Nintendo, Mario movie made $1 billion, if Zelda makes $1 billion, if Metroid makes $1 billion, the sky's the limit. You may end up with your F-Zero movie. They could just start mining out every single Nintendo property for film. Funny in hindsight, Sonic 2, 3 feel a lot more Sonic movie than Sonic 1 did. Probably because at that point they felt comfortable with it. I think there's a big hang up with a first film because the producers, the script writers, the directors don't know for sure how to connect with the audience. They don't know for sure what's going to thread that needle between the hardcore fans and the general movie-going audience and the critics and the influencers. Once they get there, once they're in, then they can do whatever the hell they want, really. Gran Turismo got a movie. I mean, Hitman got a movie. There's an Agent 47 movie out there. I heard it was terrible. There are a lot of video game movies out there, chat. You forgot about most of them because they sucked or they got no marketing. All that change, I maintain all that change with Sonic. Isn't Pokemon the only merchandising franchise that tops Hello Kitty in terms of how much ching it makes? Pokemon is like singular in the world of marketing and merchandising. Pokemon is out beyond a crazy number of things. Highest grossing media franchise. Okay. All right, go to Wiki here. We can all look at this together. Pokemon is the highest growing media franchise, period. It's out ahead of Mickey. Now, okay, to be fair, they break Disney properties into multiple ones. So there's like the Mickey Mouse franchise, the Winnie the Pooh franchise. If you mash them together, if you took Disney as a whole, fucking come on. But as a distinct franchise, Pokemon is number one. According to Wikipedia, it's Pokemon, Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, then Star Wars, Disney Princesses, then Ampamon, then Barbie, then Harry Potter, then Marvel, then Hello Kitty, then Call of Duty. I think there's very few game series that even rival how much. There are none. I think it's fair to say there are none. Nothing in the game space really rivals the reach that Pokemon has. I mean, consider for a second that Microsoft bought out Minecraft for what? A couple $1 billion? $2 billion, $4 billion, something like that? Pokemon is a $100 billion franchise. 100 billion. That is nonsense money. As a resident Hitman 47 fan here, I saw the Hitman movie. It wasn't 47, but it was okay. Oh, I'd definitely watch an F-Zero movie, yeah. Hell yeah. Ampamon, that's surprising. Well, okay, for one thing, Ampamon has reached beyond Japan. Ampamon is known in other Asian countries. And second, Ampamon is one of the most merchandised properties I have ever seen in my life. There is literally no product you cannot get branded under the Ampamon franchise. It is crazy. The only one I can think of that gets kind of close is Sonic. Where's Sonic on this list? Sonic, according to Wikipedia, Sonic is a $7.37 billion franchise. That puts it behind Ultraman, Sesame Street, Ben 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, Superman, Fast and Furious, the DC Extended Universe, and I guess this probably would have been before the new Superman movie too. Fortnite, Thomas and Friends, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Angry Birds, so, no. Yeah, Mario's down here with Thomas and Friends. Consider, Mario hasn't actually been franchised, merchandised to hell and back like a lot of properties are. For decades, Nintendo was pretty cautious with their properties, not really putting them all that out there. Is that in order? I don't think Ben 10 beats Ultraman in money. According to Wikipedia, you'd be wrong. Where was it? Ben 10, according to this, is a $7.85 billion franchise. Ultraman is 7.4. Actually, you go down this list, you find some really interesting stuff. Avatar is only listed at 5.78 billion. Bob the Builder beats out The Simpsons. Seinfeld and Minecraft are neck and neck at like 4.3, 4.5 billion. Both of them are behind the Big Bang Theory. Titanfall's actually on here. Wedged in between Titanic, the film, and Bratz. All of that sounds wrong. I think the truth is, none of us really understand the finances behind big franchises. Please want the play. My pleasure. Apex is technically part of Titanfall. Apex is big money. I wonder if that actually... Yeah, they do. Okay, yeah, they do count Apex as part of this. See, bring up Marvel 7 to comic versus movie? Yes, they are. And why shouldn't they? Like, the films were surging when the comics were kind of going into a recession. They are very different businesses, frankly. Where does Neil Breen fit into that list? Angry Birds is absolutely still that prevalent, yes. Angry Birds got multiple, like, big budget movies. I just meant in terms of the amount of multimedia in there. I'm not even sure about that, really. Definitely more than a lot of video game stuff, but in the wider world of IPs, not really. Surprised Speed Racer is nowhere. I mean, well, actually, Astro Boy's on here, but Astro Boy's on here because they keep making new Astro Boy stuff. They don't really keep making new Speed Racer stuff is the thing. They made that, frankly, excellent movie back in the 2000s, and then kind of nothing. This is a wildly fascinating list. Neon Genesis Evangelion, NBA Jam, Lego, Guitar Hero, and Resident Evil all at the bottom, floating around 2 billion. All of them sitting underneath the Robert Langdon franchise. That's the Da Vinci Code. Fucking hilarious. Speed Racer movie is fantastic. It is so good, yeah. The final race is insane. Yeah. People like Langdon's shitty philosophy over Anno's shitty philosophy, yeah. I mean, it's not hard to see why. There's basically no barrier to entry to Langdon's shitty philosophy. It's just made up, stupid, like, armchair white guy religious conspiracy shit. Anno stuff can be hard to get into. And there's Tom Hanks, yeah. Family-friendly conspiracy theories. Yes, Da Vinci Code was absolutely cracked for normies. Absolutely. And it's funny, too. I don't know if y'all know this, but the Da Vinci Code wasn't the start of the franchise. Angels and Demons was, and it was just kind of middling. Like, it didn't do super well until the Da Vinci Code came out, and the Da Vinci Code blew up, and they went and that got more attention on Angels and Demons, so the films are backwards. The Da Vinci Code film is first, and then they made an Angels and Demons one. Anno doesn't even have a philosophy. It's just stuff he liked. He put all those crosses in because a bunch of Ultramen got crucified. Sounds like you read. I watched the films because they're hilarious. They are so. Angels and Demons is so funny. It is so funny. Like, if you can watch that movie for free, please do. Da Vinci Code is fine. It builds to a big reveal that anyone who has a pulse can figure out. Angels and Demons is hilarious. The twists in that movie are so stupid. Really good book by Umberto Eco about a bored as fuck guy who makes up a stupid conspiracy out of literally an ancient grocery store list for shits and giggles and starts getting chased by conspiracy nuts. Who think it's real and starts trying to manifest a conspiracy in his name. Feels like a parody of a Dan Brown. Honestly, that sounds straight up prophetic. Like, I feel like that's shades of what's actually going on in US politics right now. Read that, thought it was fun. Read Angel and Demons, thought it was fun too. Read Deception Point after that. I was like, the same book 3 times in a row. I did, with franchises like that, I sometimes like to go on Wikipedia and just find, like, read the synopses, because I'm never going to read them myself. Like, I know Dan Brown's prose is garbage. But yeah, I read the synopses, and the series goes to a pretty wild place, frankly. Oh, I have more puzzles than Picross, do I? All right, well, real quick, Power Players Arena this month. They've got a Pro versus Player challenge for Mario's Picross. Time Trial 506. Player versus Player Starfleet Academy. This person got a 100% perfect rating. Oh, in the game, wow. Robert found Simulation 301 to be the most arduous. Power Challenge in Madden NFL 95. I don't give a shit. Whatever. But yeah. Alright, let's Picross it up. I'm always down for some... I haven't been doing a lot of Picross. I haven't been doing a lot of nanograms lately. I've cooled a bit on my phone games outside of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I'm keeping up with that one, which apparently puts me in the minority. It seems like people are kind of burning out on that game. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has been around for so long, they're really starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel for characters. Their current season is themed around pirates. Good luck trying to name more than like 3 Star Wars pirates. Yeah, they're all moving over to Lady Horse Race. I don't know how anybody's supposed to compete with that sort of momentum. I don't plan on checking out Lady Horse Race game, chat. It's not really my scene. I am more earnest in my waifus. Oh, I know all about Umberto Eco and his poli-sci stuff, yeah. One of those authors I really like to read more of at some point. Mario's Picross. Name of the Rose, a great film. Boing. I still don't get why the intro to the game is so sinister. It's really weird. It sounds like a fucking Castlevania. Why is the N1 Starfighter Mandalorian so different from the movie? I don't know, man. I also really wish they hadn't done that. It seems really impractical for the Mandalorian's purposes. Thank God I'm sick and tired of Lady Horse Race. Alright, what do we got going on here? I don't remember how the controls work. Oh, this is fun. Sparkle's Pendulum is what I'd say try it out first, honestly. I love Mario Picross back in the day. Played the hell out of it with my Super Game Boy. I wish I had a physical copy of this. They're apparently a bit pricey to come by now. But I want one so bad. I would love to pop this into my analog pocket and just play it whenever. Let's see here. Reach that far. How's that row done? Actually, I think this one has to be... Yeah, it had to be like that. Got it on 3DS, enjoyed it a lot. That'd be really nice. 6. Okay. 2, 6, and 1, that's done. Okay, cool. We got half this puzzle done already. Despite playing games with math rocks and toys, I'm still shit at math. I'd rather have teeth pulled than play Picross. This is looking very Rorschach test. Looking back, I wish this one did have a time limit. Across the Picross games I played, I prefer... I am the same, Austin. These days, I play Picross on my phone, which is really nice, except for the ads in it, but I've just kind of learned to live with that. But one of the things I like doing in that is like sketching stuff out without fear of being penalized. I really like visualizing stuff in games like this. Picross was I'm slowly working through Mario Warriors Picross on Super Famicom. I didn't know there was one on Super Famicom. That's interesting. We're on 11 stack Tower of Hanoi puzzle. I'm like, oh, Tower of Hanoi, why? BioWare games taught me to hate Tower of Hanoi puzzles. Hell with those things. Oh, no, we don't want that. This one's done. Wait, annoying. Algorithm of annoying. So on Nintendo Switch Online? Oh god. Oh god, I didn't know that. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, I'm gonna steal my Switch back from my daughter. She's gonna be pissed. Slap Mario's mugging the corn calling Mario and branding everyone branding. That's the lesson. That's the takeaway. What's up, Drake Nell? Let's see. This is 3 and 2 apparently. Almost got this one. And then I want to play through the Sega themed Picross game on the eShop. 1, 3, 1, 4, 2. And that's that. 1, 4, so that's gotta be that. Boom, got it. It's a shovel! I made a shovel. I had a pretty bad day. Chaos was around for a bit more Stardew. Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad you and Chaos are having a good time. Arbitrary theming goes, dressing Mario up as a grave robber works pretty well. Alright, oh, that's an ugly one. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. Damn. See, I really like sketching those out, but I can't do that when there's a penalty. 1, 2, 5. Oh. Okay, we can start here. Ah, shit, sorry. Misclick. Alright. We got bases to work from. What does kiniko mean? Kinoko is Japanese for mushroom. Let's see here. All these are 2. Alright, well that's gotta be bad. Alright, so this row is also done. That's helpful. Unfortunately, this one isn't symmetrical, so I can't just make that assumption here, as much as I might like to. But it does show us where the 6s are. Left and right is yeah, I see that, but when it's not 100% symmetrical, I'm always a little afraid to take the dive. And again, Picross puzzles should be solvable with no guessing whatsoever. So I like to stick to that when I can. Also, something relaxing these days. I was thinking Slime Rancher could be done multiplayer. Oh yeah, absolutely. Where do we go from here? That's a 4. It's okay, we know that's a... Ah, shit. I didn't do that. I mean, these are 2s. I mean, those are also 1s. Which means the 4s are like this. And then this 3... I guessed. I'm sorry, chat. Bad person. Definitely going to hell. These have to be like this now. I've never tried Picross 3D for the DS. I've only recently come into Picross games. This is a very new addiction for me. Actually, these have to be down here because these are filled in. Actually, this row's done. I didn't realize that. This row is done. This is some kind of fairy thing? I'm not sure what the top of it's supposed to look like, but we'll see. That's a 2. Alright, well now I can do the 7 at least. I would guess you have a 4-block line on the top, 5 row area, bottom row cannot be part of that 4-block. Oh, these are actually totally done. And then these are 3s. That's done. Oh, I think this one's pretty straightforward. Hey! It's Navi. Hey, listen! It's a ball gag. A necklace. Close enough, I guess. Ooh, 15. You don't see those very often. Alright, so that's 3 here. Two and 11 is almost there. Almost there. Actually, there's something interesting going on here. I think these threes have to be here. Yeah, because of how the ones are situated at the top. I'm feeling like this might be... It looks like it should be Kirby's UFO. That's 9, there we go. Alright, that's done. 2, and then that's done. This one's 5 and 1. I imagine watching me do Picross can be kind of frustrating sometimes because I don't do things in the same sequence that others might. My brain kind of works in a different order. Okay, it's a UFO. Oh shit, it's the same UFO from Mario Paint. I recognize this. I recognize this little bastard. Or no, I guess it's a rocket ship, actually. No, I was right the first time. Shouldn't have second-guessed myself. Okay, one more. Just one more, chat. Ooh, nothing. And nothing. Okay, so we have 13 to work with, which means we can fill this in. Make this a lot easier. Cool, perfect. Cannot identify the UFO. When are people differ in their algorithms for Picross? I feel like a lot of the time visualizing the groups slosh back and forth. I think I tend to do it very in a sort of linear way, where like I'll laser focus on one section of the puzzle and like check each section going out from there and work my way around that way. That has to be that. That's that. Let's see, that's 5, 4, 4, 3. Ah, shit. Typo. Nope. 7, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's done. There's a 1 in there somewhere. Very stylish. It's a bullet bill, I think. Oh, I can do this top part. 8. Oops. Done. Yeah, that's a bullet bill. 1, 4, 1, 5. Boom. Yeah, you can see his angry eye in his little hand. Alright, chat. I'll spare you more Picross for the evening. Now I want Bullet Bill shoes. Wait, didn't they have that in the Bob Hoskins Mario movie? Weren't there like jet boots that you would load a Bullet Bill cartridge into to take off or something? Just kicking ass, a whole new aspect. All right, chat. I know I've been dragging my feet getting here, but we made it to the Now Playing. This should mostly be a recap of stuff that we've seen in the magazine, though there are some exceptions. Believe me, Deep Thought, it's my pleasure. I'm perfectly willing to go through Mario's Picross the same way we went through DK94. Every time y'all see it, if you want to request it, I'll work through a few more puzzles. And if it stops showing up in the magazine, I mean, I'll pull it aside and do something else. Or I'll pull it aside and do it especially. I expected so. So let's talk about what's out in June of 1995. Like Bass Masters from Malibu. 12 megabits of bass mastering. Throw it on if you finish the game early in the night. I should, that's a good idea. World's driest bass are yours for the catching with Malibu's Bass Masters. The big one lurks in the shadows. Hang on, chat. Is it just me, or are these, like... Are these game blurbs a lot longer than usual? I feel like they were getting pretty short there for a while. Like, didn't Now Playing used to cram, like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 games onto this first 2-page spread? Now I've only got 5 because of how much they say about each one? The Thwomp Stompers from the 90s Mario movie get an excuse for jumping up. Yeah, exactly. Alright, big one lurks in the shadows at the bottom of the lake, circling through the water weeds and pointedly ignoring your spinner. Bassmasters takes you down in the aquatic world with this prized sport fish, so you can study its ways and learn to lure to the hook. Unlike most fishing video games, Bassmaster's lure cam perspective takes you down to where the drama is. From the fisheye view, it's easy to control the lure's action and tease the fish that moves in for the hit. The tournament action takes place in 5 lakes, with each tournament lasting over 3 days. Anglers stock up on equipment before and during the tournament at the bait shop. Before heading out for the best bass, you must choose one of 6 anglers as your fishing alter ego. Each angler has various skills that may be valuable to you. Many of these old pros also have weaknesses. Once you're on the lake, you can tootle around. You can tootle around. Chat, Nintendo Power says you can tootle around. Searching for a likely bass site with your fish finder. You spot a lunker in the weeds, shut down the Evan Rude, choose an appropriate lure, cast it for glory. Keep your fingers crossed. Love to tootle. Manager said not enough crap to shovel out, write longer articles. So odd me how the heck the FX chips work. Fun using the graphics debugger and emulator, and you see how the 3D view is single background layer. I had no idea. Alright, positives. A unique fishing perspective that emphasizes fish behavior. Useful base shop option, fun down-home music, lots of lures, and useful advice on how to use them. However, working the lure isn't as intuitive as in some fishing games. So, sounds like it's a fishing game for pros. For old hands at the reel. not necessarily a bad thing, especially considering how crowded the virtual fishing market is getting on the Super Nintendo here in 1995. Alright, Dirt Tracks FX from Electro Brain. Only 4 megabits, chat. For shame. You're telling me to pro fish this game. Electro Brain's Dirt Bike Extravaganza hits the mud at last with the FX2 chip boosting the graphics and play. FX2 brings powerful risk processing. They were real big on, like, buzzy marketing terms back then. Like, risk processing doesn't mean a goddamn thing to anybody. But they sure were pushing this in the pages of Nintendo Power to make people think it was the next big thing in video games. As a racing game from Electro Brain, a company that continues to produce innovative titles, this two-wheeler was programmed by Sculptured Software, which combined 3D polygon tracks like those in Stunt Race FX with traditional sprite characters of the bikes and riders. A genius move, honestly. It actually makes this game not run like ass, as opposed to Stunt Race FX. The resulting mix works well in most cases, even the screen splits into upper and lower views in the two-player mode. The game offers many modes, including a tournament covering 5 basic courses, 2-player tournaments, 8-player alternating party mode, or 1-player races for nana bikes. If you're good enough, you'll earn the right to ride powerful 500cc cycles and enter 15 new courses, including an all-ice track and Tut's Tomb. That's pretty cool, like secret tracks and stuff. I also get to choose from between 8 riders who have their own special skills in the fray. The action may become frantic, but if you stick with it and learn the course, you'll get a lot of satisfaction from Dirt Tracks FX. Fast 3D action, very challenging, particularly at the 500cc level. Great fun as 2-player game, especially in tag mode. Low frame rate makes for some jerky animation in some areas. I submit to you, chat, if they didn't list this as a negative for Stunt Race FX or Star Fox, they're fucking gaslighting people on this. Because Dirt Track FX straight up runs better than either of those games. Chalk it up to the FX2 chip, chalk it up to the more prolific use of sprites in the game. I don't care why, it just does. It just works better. So to me, this is a bullshit thing to cite this game for. Barriers don't stop bikes from bouncing off the track and getting lost. That's true. That definitely happened to me. You can absolutely jump the walls in this game and have to be reset. Busy screen old hardware chugs a little bit. No, that's the thing. It doesn't. It really doesn't, not compared to other FX titles, which is why this bothers me so much. The first-party Nintendo games chug. This one doesn't. Makes me wonder if FX2 is fundamentally different, maybe just ran faster. I know there's, like, Wikipedia breaks these things down. Because I looked them up once. List of Super NES enhancement chips. That was it. There are a lot of these things, as it turns out. Okay, so the Super FX chip had 4 revisions. They might be talking about the GSU-2. Or maybe not, actually. Hang on. I'll just look up. I'll look it up by the game itself. Okay. Okay, so what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. According to Wikipedia, Star Fox Stunt Race FX and Dirt Track FX all use the same Super FX revision, the GSU-1. Furthermore, the later revisions of the chip only really changed the size of the ROM that they could support. It didn't actually change any of it, like any other capabilities. It didn't change its speed or the number of instructions it could process. Vortex also used the same chip. According to Wikipedia, Star Fox Stunt Race FX, Vortex Dirt Racer, and Dirt Tracks FX all use the GSU-1. Yoshi's Island, Doom, and Winter Gold, which was a skiing game, used the GSU-2. And those were the only games that did, according to this. There were ultimately only 8 Super FX games released. So to answer your question, Austin Spafford, the FX2 chip didn't actually exist. It's the same chip. What was the previous song from? Brainlord. The town of Toronto. I just wonder what allowed them to double the processor clock rate. Was it maybe the same and they just hoped it could handle the heat? I don't know. I do not know. I only know what Wikipedia tells me. Okay. Well, looks like y'all requested Bassmasters and Dirt Track, so let's go ahead and get those out of the way. Let's go ahead and do it to it. Of course, the game has Canadians. Bassmasters Classic, I guess? I guess this would be the classic version. Time to, as the review says, cast for glory. Yeah, Nintendo Power, we'll do that. I will get right at it. Bass Anglers Sportsman Society. Really need to give Brainlord another shot. Seemed neat. I don't know why I did. It's not great. Like, if in my opinion, Brainlord is not really that fun. The only really unique thing about it is its heavy emphasis on puzzles and what would otherwise be an ARPG of the time. Everything outside of that is bog standard and boring. Bass ass. Product placement, go! Charles, live well. Your live well can up to 5 bass at any one time because this isn't gonna matter because I'm not actually gonna catch any of these goddamn things. This is a nice menu. I like this. Okay. We have to choose our angler, chat. And our first option is Hooker B Sharp. Hooker uses chemically sharpened hooks so sharp it's dangerous to look at them. If a bass comes near his bait, it's stuck for good. Check if it has auto mode where the fish just jump in the boat. Zoe Shelby, the most attractive angler on the pro circuit, To bass, at least, fish are so eager for her to lip them, they'll hit any lure. Shut the fuck up. Charlie Chum, a believer in fish attractants. Charlie eats anchovies for breakfast and washes hands in fish formula. Pulls bass in like a magnet. Clyde Casey, former Olympic arm wrestler. He sets the hook so hard he once uprooted a tree. His baited, he uprooted a tree and baited snag. Where does he fish? Anywhere he wants. Corey Crispin, a champion calf roper. He can cast farther than any other angler. Cause bass doggies. And has a saddle mounted on the bow of his Ranger trademark. And Willie Emerson began reading Bassmaster trademark magazine in kindergarten. Age 16 is the youngest angler on the pro circuit. Has incredible endurance. We'll be Hooker B Sharp, because I mean, you can't really compete with that name. Also, he sounds like he might be a serial killer. Pebble Lake, is the first tournament on the Bassmaster Trail. Record bass for this lake is 7 pounds, 15 ounces. Okay. Oh, God, okay. So we got Tourney Info, Bait Shop, Password Way in New Game, Practice Pond. We go, Practice Pond! Let's go to the Practice Pond. Press start to go to the dock, any other button to continue. Oh, I should push any other button. Hooker B Sharp absolutely sounds like a button scream like villain, yeah. What do I want? Tackle box? That's Tourney Info. Tackle box? Yeah? I exaggerated. Hillbilly Territory honestly kind of looks like this. Okay. Okay, that's the pause button. You have no lure on your line, press the same button to continue. Well, that's not what I wanted to hear. So apparently I came out here without any lure whatsoever. So I guess we gotta rectify that. Good animation on the boat, at least. Holy shit. Lures, reels, rods, fishing line, fish finders, engines, hawk. Welcome! I'll tell you about playing skilled anglers in my time. The ones who make it to the top know how to make a lure, do the jig to attract the best and the biggest bass. You can get the lure to dance the mambo right. Sure, you'll get a bass that's a jumbo. If you're doing it right, you'll see it as sure as day. Thanks, champ. Oh, she has rabies. Crankbaits. Rubs, spinners, jigs, worms. Let's buy some of these. Or one of these. Thanks, champ. Should've gone with Zoe. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure how many of these things I actually need. Rather than more humane fish, check this sort of like a metal mesh that expands the fish mouth instead of hooking into the skin. Do you think I have to buy multiples of these? There is space for multiples, so. Let's just get out of here and see if I can actually catch something. It's the practice pond, for Christ's sake. If I can catch anything in this damn game, it should be here. All right, casting. I said casting. This is pretty cool. Holy shit, look at this. This is awesome. Finally got a good fish game. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. I know you want it. I can't go up for whatever reason. I'm stuck here. Now we can not catch anything in style. I mean, you're right about that, unfortunately. Looks like Oddish is moving away from the fish. Unfortunately, because this is a lure at the end of my line, all I can do is reel it in and move it side to side. Do you have a float? Use that at the depths. I'm pretty sure those are a thing. And yeah. I didn't get one, so. Try staying still. I think that's kind of not the point of a spinner. Oh, he looks interested. Oh! Oh, they're nibbling at it. No, come on, man. Come on. What happened? Okay, I apparently reeled it all the way in. So they were like nibbling at it, but not actually taking the bait. Unless like you also just, I don't know, do you have to put a hook on it too? Surely not. Hooker, what the fuck? Use your evil hook powers again. Let me try this other one. Blorp. Okay, so this is a much shallower lure. So I guess you don't need floats. I guess each one just operates at a different depth. I admit this is more engaging than most fishing where you can't really see what's happening down below. I agree, yeah. This is a lot more interesting than most of the fishing games we tried. Hey guys. See, they nibble at it, but they won't take it. I've been trying to mash the button when I hear the bite. I don't think that's it. Cartoon-esque crunch noises. Yeah, Wikipedia's list of Super NES enhancement chips is really interesting stuff. Okay, I will try one more lure, and then we're gonna move on. We'll try the worm. Also, it seems like the fish are closer There were a lot more fish where I'd reel in, so maybe let's try here. Maybe this is where they're hanging out. Guy says to tap B to attract fish. I mean, yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I press and hold B, C down. This is the Super Nintendo controller doesn't have a C button. Also on the D-pad, up and down don't do anything. Come on, fish. I know you like it. I know you're into it. Come on. Come on, you're feeling it. Come on. The worm not working because you expect you to put... Whoa, hey. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Feels like you're missing something, but I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know either. These guys are nibbling, but I can't hook them. Like, is there another button specifically to hook or something? It says press down to set the hook. Down, huh? Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, sweet Jesus, I got... Oh, I think he got away. Alright, well, that's progress. Your line snapped under pressure. You lost your fish and your lure. Watch your flexometer. Okay, so I don't think I should have fast reeled that. Okay, well, this is making a lot more sense now, at least. My fucking what? Your flexometer, obviously. Don't tell me you've been ignoring your flexometer. For 20 fucking fishing games, I have finally reached a point where I had a fish on the line. I'm really impressed with this, lake bed here. It actually looks pretty cool. I agree, more fishing games should look like this. It makes it more engaging. Kind of exciting once you discover the arcane ritual to basic controls. Hey, you. Hey, psst, hey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Aw. I think he got wise to it. I don't even know what kind of fish that is. Oh, okay, I got one. I got one. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, I get it. 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 Okay. Okay, I get what's going on now. It's that meter, the meter in the top right. When the red, okay, when the red arrow is to the left of mine, I can reel in hard. I think I'm tiring him out. I'm tiring him out. Come on, you little bastard. Come on. Oh, I think we got him. Oh, I think we got him. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm getting tired. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. 15 feet to go. Come on, man. You got this. You got this. 9 feet. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I got a fish! I got a fish! It's the wrong kind of fish, but who gives a shit? I caught a pike and had to throw it back. Oh my god. I got all sweaty with excitement, chat. Jesus. It's real. Okay, well, I'm going out on a high note. Okay, chat. Bassmaster. 11 out of 10 fishing game on the Super NES. I can actually catch a fish in this one, and it looks good. All joking aside, this is maybe the most engaging looking of the fishing games we played on Super Nintendo. I swear I'm not just biased because it's the only game I've ever fucking caught a fish in. It's good. It's good. 2 out of thumbs up. I like it. 11 out of 10 fishing game. That's like a 3 out of 10 video game. Alright. Anyway. Let's wash that down with a little Dirt Tracks FX. I can't believe I caught a fish, chat. That's crazy. Can't believe it. In celebration, cheers. Bottoms up, friendos. No, it was actually good. It was actually good. And not just because I finally caught a fish in it. It was actually solid. Oh, that's a little loud. It's still a little loud, Jesus. Yeah, we'll do normal. I don't think I'm ready for pro. Okay, I am going to choose solely on what background music I want. Hog. Alright, we'll do Hog. I think Hog was the first one I played as. There's a mode called Rad Tag, apparently. Not Rag Tag. Oh, there we go. Cranking my hog. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. Seriously, my one complaint with the game is that they play the theme, like, the music is the theme of whoever's in first, and if you're jockeying for first, which the way the AI works, you're going to be doing constantly, the music is just going to sound awful. No Stunt Race FX, but it's okay, and we're all the better for it, believe me. Should call this Rubber Band Tracks. If I stick, god damn it. Oops. Also, yeah, this first race is like 16 laps or something insane. It feels like it's never going to end until it finally does. Damn it. It's so obnoxious. I wish there was a setting for that where you just pick the music and be done with it. Where's the punching? Sound design like button mashing Windows 95 sound effect options. Okay, we're finally on the last lap. Whew. Barely. I know the magazine says I'm not really seeing any frame rate issues. Yeah, this is what I was saying. The magazine lied. The magazine didn't want... My suspicion is that Nintendo Power did not want Star Fox and specifically Stunt Race FX to look bad by comparison, so they pretended that this one had frame rate issues when it was really their own first-party games that did. Because yeah, this for a Super FX chip game, this runs buttery smooth. This is the third or fourth night I've played this game, and I have seen no slowdown whatsoever. That'd be the scumbag thing I expect from Nintendo Power, yeah. We know them well enough at this point. We know the kind of bullshit they're up to. Seriously, my only complaint in this game is the music. It drives me insane. Oh god, oh Jesus. Okay, well, I'll take that. It runs faster if you bought a Super Game Boy. More games should be brave enough to use sprites. Definitely, yes. Games should be willing, or developers should be willing to admit when sprites are just the better way to go for their design. And yeah, these Super FX games, absolutely. Hot take maybe, but the R-Wing in Star Fox probably should have been a sprite. Your vehicle, as charming as the animations for your vehicles are in Stunt Race FX, it doesn't matter if like the game is chugging too hard to see them, they should have been sprites. I mean, look how much is going on the screen at any given time. There's what, like 12 competitors on the track? And yeah, you can see all of them, and the game still doesn't slow down. Stunt Race FX has 4 cars on the track at any given time. And if you're cursed enough at any point to see all 4 of them, the game barely runs. God damn it. Last lap. Neck and neck. Woo! Number of laps will be customizable. Big agree, yeah. 12 laps is crazy. Well, I bet they're able to heavily optimize things because of racing context, stuff like having render order lookup tables for each section of the track. I mean, honestly, if you've been paying attention, you can actually see the other racers through the walls. I think they may have just designed the tracks in such a way that, like, the camera is high enough that the walls wouldn't really occlude your view from them. Was that when racing game was like single digit FPS? That was hard driving, yeah. Alright, chat, that was Dirt Tracks FX. I'm always happy to revisit that one to show people what the Super FX chip could actually do. Because as it turns out, Nintendo themselves couldn't really be trusted with it. It took Electro Brain to show off what its true capabilities were. Remember that one Game Boy NASCAR game trying to do 3D? Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild. Other races were occasionally being included, notably on the dirt ramps. Oh, okay, okay. Not perfect, close enough to look good. Slower-paced games can also do sprays very well, definitely. Yeah. All right, chat. Oh. Okay. Earthbound from Nintendo. 24 megabits of sci-fi RPG for the 90s. How was that Super FX giant mech game? Terrible. If you're talking about Vortex, that game sucks. Earthbound comes packaged complete with Identismell, scratch and sniff cards, and a Nintendo Power Player's Guide to help you get through the toughest standoffs. Even here, even in the now playing, they're sabotaging this shit by mentioning that awful scratch and sniff shit. What you also get in Earthbound is 40 or more hours of inventive RPG action with a party of up to 4 young teens who must save the world from an alien who's taken over much of the planet. Gaigus, the alien, infects the minds of people and animals whom you must then fight and tame. The story takes you from your hometown of Onet to other towns and cities, a desert, a swamp, a lost world where dinosaurs still roam, and even inside your own mind. Along the way, you'll meet a cult of fanatics, a friendly sea serpent, lots of monkeys, a race of shy folk, and a tribe of nosy people. You also have to fight your way through many areas armed with a baseball bat, frying pans, and an assortment of ray guns. If you really put your mind to it, you use telekinetic psi powers. RPG gamers will be familiar with the Dragon Warrior battle mechanic, so they did call it out. This is extremely Dragon Questy. But Earthbound shines brightest in its inventive story, which was written by Shigesaki Itoi, one of Japan's most popular writers. The graphics also add a lot to the game, as you'll see in our 10-page explorative review, or as we like to call it, character assassination. Positives: a great story, fun graphics, good sound effects. Negatives: frequent, sometimes tedious battles. Alright, I haven't played it recently, so I can't comment on it, but this is also the game that had, like, auto-resolution for battles that you, like, hugely out-leveled, so, kind of a weird game to pick on for that one in particular. Poorly designed inventory system limits how many items you carry. If it's the Dragon Quest inventory system, then yeah, that one sucks, and it should be gone by now. Do you agree on the inventory system? Yeah. The inventory system is painful, yeah. Yeah, especially at this point, we've already had Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III. What we know now is Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI that have essentially unlimited inventories that are much easier to manage and browse. So there was really kind of no excuse for this. So yeah. Well. Austin, I hate to tell you this, I'm not actually going to play Earthbound now because I've committed to doing a full playthrough of Earthbound sometime soon. So I'll let you have those coins back. Drankos by this point gave you a bag that had infinite inventory. Yeah, they really should have adapted that. Suikoden on PS1 had very limited inventory too. I mean, RPGs continue to do so, like, even now, and it's a choice, but I mean, it's probably the most tepid of hot takes, but I really don't find inventory limitations compelling, like, ever. I really don't think there's a good excuse for them. Like... I think this might be my version of like time limit anxiety. I really don't think any game should have inventory limits. The only ones where I really get it are like survival horror and like survival crafting, but they still just piss me off more than anything. Like, I get why they're part of the design, but I'd really just prefer them not to be. And, like, the games in those genres that I prefer are the ones that don't have that. You know? I will take a Silent Hill over a Resident Evil any day. In part because there's no inventory management. Harry Mason can carry around as many energy drinks and syringes and shotguns and rifles and shit as he wants. It doesn't fucking matter. Harry Townsend in Silent Hill 4 is loaded for fucking bear with like every pipe and club and board with a nail in it in the entire town, and nobody bats an eye. So yeah, I am not here for inventory limits. I don't like them. I get why some games have them, but I don't like them. I've never liked them. I never will like them. I am anti-encumbrance. I really think it's more of an annoyance than anything. I think anytime a designer is trying to limit the player on something like inventory, like arsenal options, equipment options, consumable options, I think if anything, that's just papering over a deeper flaw in the design. I'm game for either brutally low inventory limits or unlimited storage and nothing in between. That was one of the big things that pissed me off about that. Oh god, what was that? Sci-fi survival horror space lesbian game. What was that game called? Signalis, thank you. You knew what I was gonna say before I even said it. That was the first thing that pissed me off about that game. There were a couple things that pissed me off about that game, but that was the first. And I know, you don't have to tell me, I know right after I played it, they patched in either an expanded or unlimited inventory. Good on them for fixing that, but still. Brutally Lowly solves a hoarding problem and gives players finally use things. Stuff like Halo introducing only getting to carry 2 guns. I've come around on that to not really agreeing with it. The thing about a limited inventory, it doesn't actually get hoarders to use things. It gets them to dump or use stuff when they don't actually need to. Like, I think people of that persuasion will tough their way through battles, and then when it comes time to loot a bunch of stuff, discover they don't have enough inventory space to pick it up, and it just slows the game down while they have to go through and do a bunch of inventory management. Weren't you just saying survival horrors? No, I was not saying it was okay. I was saying I understand it. I understand why they do it. I still don't like it. That's always going to be a problem for me in stuff like Resident Evil. Like, I am forever gonna get mad at a game for handing me, like, a padlock key and a grenade launcher and telling me they take up the same amount of space in my inventory. Like, I got a better idea. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Still never using my ethers. Expand it, remove the camera and flashlight as inventory items so you don't have to waste slots in 6 slot inventory essential shit. Yeah. I will at least, I will concede. I will look more favorably on your limited inventory system if essential items don't take up slots in your limited inventory system. If they do, oh god, I will rake you over all of the coals. Encumber's like saying a hero will struggle with 1,000 coins in his backpack that bulkier, oddly shaped thing like a blanket or a dozen potion bottles. Inventory limit is pretty integral to the gameplay in RE4 at least. I don't see it. I don't see it. Because I feel like RE4's inventory Tetris expands with the player to the point where you're not really making very interesting choices on your inventory based on that. I mean, ultimately, the most interesting choices you're making is not being able to take some guns, but it's not like you ever really run out of ammo in that game. Like, RE4, of all the REs that I'm familiar with, kind of, like, treads the furthest away from that particular survival horror trope and is actually better for it. So I think, if anything, RE4 is an argument of support of what I'm saying. The more you loosen up your inventory limitations, the more fun your game is going to be. I'd say at some point the problem is too much stuff to keep track of, not as much the space to put in. Then that's a design flaw. The answer is not to limit inventory space. The answer is to take shit out of your game. If you put too much shit in your game, the answer is to not limit the amount of shit the player can pick up. Fallout does it well? I mean, Fallout is just like... Fallout's another one where I don't even really see the point. Like, Fallout is so loose about it that I don't even really see why. Like, ostensibly, the point of Fallout's inventory limit is to prevent you from hoovering up literally everything so you can go and sell it. But, like, money becomes a non-issue in that game anyway. It doesn't make a difference. That's my issue. That's my big issue with inventory limits. Like, the games where it does make a difference, it just pisses you off. It just becomes a struggle. In the games that people say, well, here's a game with a good inventory limit where they do it right, the inventory limit doesn't matter. They made it so loose that it doesn't matter. And the game would still be better if it just didn't have it. If players can carry everything, then they will carry everything. They will pick up literally everything and not stop. I submit people do that in the modern Fallouts anyway. The inventory limits do not stop that. People just learn which valuable items weigh the least, and they load up on those, and it changes nothing. If anything, you are just wasting the player's time by making them make that distinction instead of just have you noticed in the last decade or so how many games have gone to just having a mindless loot all button and no inventory limitations? Do you think there might be a reason for that? Fallout has multiple ways to bypass weight, so that's acknowledging the limit is annoying. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a bad change. Why? Crash the game's engine was 500 G. Those were the days. Daggerfall was one where I didn't like the limit too much. Gold has weight. All that means you're constantly going back and get language or credit anyway. So yeah, it's just wasting your time. Mechanically, like mechanically the function is the same. It just takes more time to get to that point. Modern games removing player friction to the point of homogenization, increasing problem. Again, why? Like I need a compelling reason here for friction, especially when the topic at hand is inventory limits. Because I feel like we have seen a trend away from inventory limits. And no, it hasn't caused any problems. Nobody complains about that. Like, it feels very cut and dry to me. As long as there were inventory limits, people would complain about inventory limits. Inventory limits have been removed. People don't complain about them anymore, and they don't cause problems. Friction in games is how you get personality, the jank, the weird bits. I mean... I can't think... Like, when I'm gonna compare... I can't do a new page, because I haven't read through the next two games yet. Yeah, I don't see how that gives any kind of character other than just pain points. You know? I don't see how that particular brand of friction benefits games that have them. Like, games that have inventory limits, like, I am less inclined to go back to them because they have inventory limits. Games that don't, I'm much more inclined to play them because they literally don't have that friction. If an inventory limit can lead to making interesting decisions, then I'll be game for it. The decisions are not interesting. Yeah, I submit, honestly, truthfully, inventory limits do not lead to interesting decisions. That is my thesis. I do not believe they lead to interesting decisions. Breath of the Wild limits and weapon degradation, forcing you to engage with the more creative ways of dealing with situations. Meanwhile, something like Ask Creed, which moved over to having similar options, barely ever matters, and no reason to smack thing with sword. Did Breath of the Wild have an inventory limit? I just got done playing SteamWorld Dig, and inventory is a major part of that. Taking it out would ruin the experience. Aw. You're right. You're right on that. Is expand with those stupid Korok seeds? Oh, okay. Alright. Not every game needs to be a giant vacuum cleaner and bottomless pit. No, it doesn't. But I do believe that that's a core appeal of a lot of them. I fully believe that the modern Fallout, well, and going back to the old Fallouts, really, are, like, they did well and are popular in large part because they're essentially, like, garbage farming sim. Because they allow you to just hoover up stuff endlessly. Like, I really do think that's part of their appeal. That being said, you do have a point in the case of games like SteamWorld Dig, where the core of the game is managing resource transportation. That one I will concede. Yeah, something like SteamWorld Dig. Yeah. Yeah, that's a central mechanic. Ironically, Borderlands Diablo do have inventory limits despite the loot focus. I think the inventory limits in ARPGs are just to make you go back to town at some point. I still don't like it. I'm a little gentler on that. That's more... I'm tempted to give those a pass because I'm not entirely sure how it would work if they didn't fill up. Weight mechanics in Dome Keeper are essentially an inventory carry limit. I know they're a thing in roguelikes, and I'm always very mixed on them. I tend to come to grips with them in roguelikes because it feels... I think because each run is its own thing, and you can't really afford to get attached to your inventory to begin with. I think it makes it easier to come to terms with. Maybe just I do go back to town to stock up on potions and path your potions recharge you kill them. I've always thought, I've always wished for an ARPG, a Diablo style game, where you could break down items in your inventory, where you didn't have to go back to town to sell them, that you could turn them into currency or crafting items or whatever straight from your inventory. So yeah, I ultimately do have a problem with inventory limits in RPGs as well. Beta, do you think compromise with pet system? Give smaller items to your pets, send them to town to sell stuff for you. Deeper down you go, the longer it takes to finish a shopping trip. I think Torchlight did that too. Join seeing some variations in inventory pressure in RPGs. Last Epoch letting you smash items into infinitely storable pieces. Yeah, that's what I want. Holy shit, I should get that game. Holy shit, I should get that game. Face Devs worked on Torchlight. There you go. That makes a lot of sense. All right, anyway, chat. I gotta get through the rest of this. I said I was gonna finish this tonight. Let's talk about Flintstones. I guess we have to talk about Flintstones the movie. Domestic dilemmas in Stone Age keep Fred and Barney hopping and bopping based on live action. Wow, Game Boy game based on a live action movie. I don't want to read this. I don't give a shit. Don't expect to mention the way of story. Fred must make his way home after a hard day at the quarry, or Barney must find Bam Bam. Long stages wind up with a battle against a big boss. Some mini games. Who cares? Good graphics, simple play, lots of it for younger gamers. Select extra lives and continues. Very slow action, limited play control. Two worlds. That's something kind of decent where you can merge dupe items in each other. Merging. You start talking about merging items, and I start getting the like mobile game itch. I feel like mobile games have kind of ruined merge mechanics for me. And Jungle Strike is aerial helicopter combat game. Comes Game Boy and is licensed from Malibu. Unlike Desert Strike, Jungle Strike doesn't make... Here it is. Jungle Strike doesn't make use of Super Game Boy enhancements. When it comes to gameplay, Jungle Strike is a clear winner over the earlier game. I'm kind of surprised. Play controls can be set for momentum or no momentum. Let's choose a co-pilot. Skills important. 34 missions. 5 campaigns. Wow. Play control is good, a big improvement over Desert Strike. However, not as challenging as the... What the fuck are they talking about, man? Like, the feature on it said it was harder than Desert Strike. The now playing says it's easier. Not as challenging as Super NES Desert Strike. Longer than the Game Boy Desert Strike. No Super Game Boy enhancements. Okay, Austin, I will happily refund you those coins because I don't particularly want to play Flintstones the movie on Game Boy. Flintstones the movie on Super NES was bad enough. There's a Mighty Max game. I totally forgot there was a Mighty Max game. I had Mighty Max as a kid. It's from Ocean. Frantic action takes over the video screen when Mighty Max tries to save the world. Mighty Max's friends find themselves trapped in a mad world created by the evil Skullmaster. There's hidden pieces of a heroic weapon in 5 worlds. Max, Felix, and B must conquer side-scrolling stages including Volcano, Space Station, Inca, and Water. How generic. You had the big Mighty Max playset? I think it might have been the first set that came out, just the little skull face with the big yellow bloodshot eye that unfolded into like a spoopy dungeon. It was basically Polly Pocket for boys. I liked it because I like cute little things. But yeah, I just had the one. It was kind of whatever. Micro Machines were much more my speed. Foes never disappear. You have to move on. Oh, you can't kill enemies. You can stun them. Also find mechanisms, machine like seesaws and balloons will help you through an area and you'll help you can get because the action never stops. Max jumping ability is pretty amazing. It isn't easy to control. You'll jump into trouble as often as you'll escape from it. You team Max with a friend. Oh, there's 2-player mode. Find yourself in a horizontally split screen. That's kind of cool. Positives, challenging choice of paths. Negatives, small characters, confusing game. How can you complain about small characters in a goddamn Mighty Max game? Are you fucking kidding me? Let's see. NFL Quarterback Club 2 on Game Boy. LJN goes back to the NFL for a Game Boy pigskin brawl, but where are the quarterbacks? Football for the little screen doesn't need a lot of bells and whistles. It has playability. Quarterback Club 2 definitely has the game, but doesn't have the quarterback skills competition like its big brother for the Super NES. Stripped down football game, it concentrates on quick and easy plays. Even the regular player mode, your options are limited, choosing a length of quarters and 1 or 2 skill levels. No seasons or special modes. Just 1-player challenges and computer. Mighty Max long stopped being sold anywhere by the time I was a kid. I generally do not know what they were. So this is a weird play pattern after Transformers came out with way bigger base toys a while back. Yeah, Mighty Max and Polly Pocket were just like little like micro toys. Maybe inspired by Micro Machines and other like miniaturized toys, maybe not. But yeah, small play sets, very compact, fit into like a single little handheld thing. Little teeny figures. They were cute. And it felt like there was a lot packed into them, but yeah. Ultimately not that interesting. Not a lot of moving parts is the thing. Easy to pick up and play, interesting X's and O's options, quick learning curve, good play selection, no Super Game Boy enhanced features. Some plays like D-passes can be difficult, limited options. All right, Packy and Marlon. I've never heard of this. Packy and Marlon teach the important facts about living with diabetes? 2 fun-loving elephants teach proper precautions and dietary practices for people with diabetes. Rhea Systems. Aren't they the Captain Novolin people? Latest game from the Health Heroes series. Gameplay involves traditional platform action where 2 players. Both elephants, Dumbo-like ears, help glide through the air. Predicament for these pachyderms. Rampaging rodents have stolen all the medical supplies at Camp Waki. Scatter them throughout the region. The elephants must collect lost supplies and eat enough of the proper foods to keep their blood glucose to the right levels. Awful creatures quiz you infrequently. This sounds a lot like Captain Novolin. And you can play in English, French, or Spanish. A valuable teaching aid for kids and adults who are learning to live with diabetes. Stiff play control, simple game design, graphics all leave a lot to be desired. Anything even remotely like Captain Novolin, I'll blow a gasket. Let's do this. Let's do this. Packy and See, just based off the name, I thought this was gonna be like great value Packy and Rocky. Packy and Marlon need to get their insulin back or else they'll die. Oh shit, that's awful. Rather than DS Diabetes JRPG where you power your liver breaks by checking your blood sugar with DS peripheral. Wow. Packy and Marlon, there it is. It's real, it does exist, chat. They have another game as well, Bronchi the Brachiosaurus, really. Developed by Wave Quest. I was given Captain Novolin to play when I first got diabetes in 2001. I came away understanding far less than when I started. This game does not tell you how to manage your diabetes. Always check with your doctor about your individual care. Dietitian can help you with your own diet plan. Great, thanks. Oh, Lord. Here, do you want to eat an apple or a basketball? Pop quiz, hotshot. Rodents have raided camp. Food and diabetes supplies are scattered everywhere. It's up to Packy and Marlon to gather diabetes supplies and fend off pesky rodents. Some fucked up looking rodents. Those are some Aeon Flux looking rodents. They must remember to check their blood glucose, take insulin, and eat the right foods. Good luck, Packy and Marlon. Whoa, there's a world map. That's novel. Where the Christ are we? Blood glucose before check A. Press A to check. Okay, we're okay. Great. Press A for usual dose? Sure. Alright, apple, cereal, egg toast, and we need a medical ID bracelet. Apple, cereal, egg toast. It looks better than Captain Novolin. Ow, the prickly plants hurt me. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on with the sound effects. Oh, sorry, I turned this way down. You can't enjoy this along with me, chat. Here, please, by all means. Put all the food in one bowl and have a disgusting meal. The floaty ear thing is cute. Oh, shit, those were peanuts. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I don't know. God, it really shouldn't be this hard to get your fucking breakfast. Oh, there's an egg over there. No! Oh, the peanuts are a weapon. I can use the peanuts to kill people. Apparently, the last year's staff with one version of Blackthorn. Oh. I wonder what the four-leaf clovers represent. Sorry. Four-leaf clovers. Oh god, this is so exciting, chat. Point out something real talk about what the game is suggesting. Oh, please, go right ahead. I don't live with diabetes myself, so yeah, y'all's lived experiences are definitely more interesting than whatever this game is offering me. Oh, I think I might have fucked up, actually. I think I've eaten too much bread and something. And I don't know how to fix it. You're with a group that makes fun of you for ordering frozen yogurt when they order sundaes. What should you do? Tell them to go fuck themselves. Wow, wow. Explain that I have diabetes. Tell them I am allergic to sundaes. Order hot fudge and throw it away when they're not watching. What in the hell? Explain I have diabetes? I don't know if that was the correct answer or not. Okay, so I think the point is I shouldn't be getting more stuff. There is kind of an interesting idea behind these games where they're collectathons where you don't actually want to collect everything. I think that's kind of neat. I mean, obviously these games are awkward and not very fun, but that at least is kind of a cool concept. Are you shooting your sugared blood at them? Actually, considering it's turned red, I don't know anymore. You're with friends and one friend has an insulin reaction. What should you do? Help my friend without explaining to the others what's happening. Pretend I don't know what's going on. Help my friend explain. Jesus Christ. It's running around jumping and chasing your stuff. This is intense physical exercise. Your blood sugar will drop hard. You need either less insulin or more carbs to account for your long-acting dose. Yeah, these games definitely don't ever address that. These questions are largely, are you an asshole? I'm now apparently shooting blood peanuts at people. This rat man can teleport by praising Satan. Are we good? I guess we're good. Be careful, Packy's blood glucose is high. Try to get it in the safe zone. Yeah, I think I overdid it on a few of them. Go down hard, though, without adjusting. Have fun with the hospital ride or slow starving to death over an hour if you're alone. Oof. In the 90s, was having diabetes seen as social weakness like being gay was? Probably, honestly. Uh-oh. Morning snack, banana crackers, and find glucagon. Is glucagon a thing? Oh, it's a water level. Alright, I need to find crackers and bananas underwater. You're with friends in an amusement park, they order cotton candy. What should you do? Not order cotton candy. Order cotton candy and throw it away when they're not watching. Go home because I should not have gone in the first place. Order a different treat and explain that I have diabetes if they ask. I'm noticing a trend here, chat. Can't help but notice the importance of getting this information out there. I'm not understanding the use of a platform format because I don't think I'm supposed to eat oranges. Anxiety for real just never come along. Treasure! Because platformers are basically the go-to format. It was like the simplest video game format. Okay. Okay. I got an apple, I got a muffin. Don't fucking eat anything else, ever. I laugh at this now. I do wonder if games like this would help kids learn the importance of having a spine and learning how to say no to things. I would seriously have to talk to somebody for whom this game did that. Because I have a hard time imagining it. I'm sorry, I have a hard time imagining people learning actual valuable life lessons from edutainment products like this. My personal opinion is that edutainment was generally ineffective in teaching whatever topic it was meant to teach. Like, games are interesting and engaging and, like, cause people to internalize what they experience when they're good in and of themselves, not when they're trying to teach you specific lessons. Diabetes havers, would this have helped you back then? Fuck no, it would have made me nervous as hell over shit that doesn't matter. Game seems well-intentioned, though admittedly I'm having a hard time thinking of anything short of an RPG that can better convey it. RPGs should have been the default format, but platformer was way easier to program. But yeah, an RPG, I mean, now we have walking sims, we have visual novels, point-and-click adventures. Any of those would have been better formats for this. Should you take insulin when you are sick? Yes, I should follow my sick day plan and check with my parents. Yes, I should follow my normal plan. No, I don't know. What is the correct answer here? I'm guessing the sick day plan? It's meant to be phrased, should you still take insulin when sick? And the answer is yes. Also, okay, I'm gonna get the next question intentionally wrong because there is 0 feedback on this. Like, I choose an option and then nothing happens. The question goes away and I'm just left wondering if I made good decisions or not. Also, I do not know how this level is arranged. I don't actually know where I'm going or what I'm trying to do. I feel like we're done here. Okay, good. Why is it possible that you will need to take more insulin when you are sick? I usually eat less when I'm sick. I will take a different type of insulin when I'm sick. Insulin may not work as well. Why is it possible that you will need to take more insulin when you are sick? I don't fully understand the question. Insulin doesn't work as well? Alright, I usually eat less then. Okay, it just tells you the correct answer then. That's, not great design. Alright, I'm done with this. I've had enough. I'm good. Oh god, we're almost out of music. Here we go. Swap over here. Being sick is metabolically heavy. You can tell periods of illness from bones. Huh, okay. Prehistoric Man. Probably published by Nintendo. Prehistoric Man is no fossil and must fight through hop and bop levels filled with dangers and challenges from the dawn of time. One morning in prehistory, Sam the Caveman arrives home. It's a caveman game. It's a caveman platformer. According to this, it features far more variety than most platform games. Many different weapons, tools, and modes of movement. 23 stages. Good graphics, play control, lots of variety, great fun, especially in certain stages with special abilities. The challenges are very high, and 23 levels of platform gaming can become tedious. Limited save feature requires you to leave the game pack in the... What? Limited save feature requires that you leave the game pack in the Super NES. I've never heard of that before. That song was from Ultima. Rise of the Phoenix from Koei. China is the prize. You're the contender. Koei's popular war strategy series of games gets faithfully up with Rise of the Phoenix. Concentrate on military tactics more than economic models. Result provides a faster, more intuitive game experience than many previous Koei historical RPGs. No. Very challenging new interface that breaks from traditions of the Romance and Nobunaga series. Still quite complex. Novice players may have difficulty. No, I'm sorry. Novice players will have difficulty. Straight up. Alright, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Crossroads of Time from Playmates. Long awaited. Playmates has done an excellent job of blending action and adventure elements. Players spend much of the time rushing around the station and other areas looking for clues. Dangerous characters, traps, puzzles are never far away. Although the gameplay is linear, one response triggers the next clue and so on. The game feels as if a story is unfolding. As for action, you have to master interior sides on the stage as well as shooting the stage with starships. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. I wasn't having a bad time with this, but the action sequences go on way too long, and I'm wondering if they actually mention that here. Good game design, faithful to Star Trek, DS9 license, engaging. Play control and hit detection could be better. Not much replay value once you finished it. Confusing background graphics. Okay, yes. Confusing background graphics in some areas. In the area where you're trying to beam the grenades off the station, it can be really hard to tell what's in the foreground, what's in the background. The save system really is just a sleep option. You have to pay currency to use it? Oh, fuck. Super RBI base. I'm just going to skim the rest of these, chat. If you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and close down requests so we can get through the rest of this. I don't really feel like playing anything else at this late hour. So I'm just going to skim through the rest of these so we can talk about Pack Watch and upcoming streams. Prehistoric Man, that has some cursed budget cut of a save feature. Super RBI Baseball, lots of options. MLB PA license, good sound, simple character graphics, slow base running speed, difficult hitting control. Sounds like a lot of negatives on that. Super Turrican 2. This was an interesting one. Turrican sci-fi action series returns looking more like a winter game than ever. This was actually pretty fun. Ocean sci-fi action game. A lot of ocean games this month, as it turns out. Combines excellent graphics, music, and action for one of the better blaster romps since Super Metroid. Hell of a name drop for something like Turrican. Arm with a wider assortment of blasters and bionic arm, reminiscent of Bionic Commando. You'll run, shoot, jump, climb, and swing your way through 4 stages. Some stages feature vehicles and mode 7 perspectives. Action fans will eat up the constant firefight, but they may want more challenge. Excellent graphics and variety of stages and action throughout the game. Good play control, cool bionic arm, lots of weapons, some mode 7 areas, good music and sound effects. Feels like I kind of gushed over this one. The game is far too short. You can only fire to left and right, not upward angles. Not a place with bionic armor is necessary. Another 4, 8, or 12 levels could... Okay, they really want this game to be longer. I feel like... I mean, it's not really 4 stages. Because each stage is broken up into, like, 4 or 5 areas. So, yeah. Tried RBI a little bit, has a lot of features, control of an insane amount of input lag. Ooh, that's killer for a baseball game. Confusingly laid out. True Lies, LJN, Game Boy. Okay, True Lies on Super NES was genuinely a lot of fun. I had a good time with that game. I was shocked at how much I was enjoying it. Game Boy, though. Each of the 6 areas, Harry must explore some area and perform some task to foil sinners or plots of disease. This version of True Lies remains true to the Super NES game, but the enemies and area maps may vary. Overhead perspective limits your field of view. You have to be on your toes at all times. Harry finds extra weapons, ammo, medical kits scattered around. You must make supplies last. Good play control and game design. No Super Game Boy enhanced features. I wonder if developers are getting away from the Super Game Boy at this point. I wonder if there's some reason that they're not bothering with it. Lots of people, including innocent bystanders, get shot, resulting in a teen rating. How is that a negative? It's the 90s. Embrace it. And Weapon Lord from Acclaim. And good variety of moves, challenging techniques, cool graphics and concept. Minus intelligence of your opponent is set very high. Yeah, I mean, I got my ass kicked pretty soundly in it, so I can believe that. All right. So, the big winners from the editors... Well, the big winners seem to be Prehistoric Man. They really, really, really seem to like Prehistoric Man. Interesting. The RPG aficionado among the editors wasn't down with Earthbound, but the action and adventure and fighting folks were. Jungle Strike got a nod. Bassmasters, Dirt Track, Super Turrican, Weapon Lord all got little nods. Played Prehistoric Man when I was young, and I remember being quite fun. Someone saw Bassmasters for what it was, at least. All of these are rated fairly high. Well, not Flintstones. Jungle Strike's kind of towing the line. Mighty Max, not really. Actually, I lied. Weapon Lord scored really well. Earthbound scored really well. Bassmasters, Dirt Track scored really well. Prehistoric Man scored really well. Deep Space Nine scored surprisingly well. Better than Turrican, even. Huh. Learned a fun fact about the Super Game Boy trying to look up a reason. Did you know Korea is released and distributed as Hyundai product? No kidding. International distribution is weird like that. Sometimes companies just take the easiest way out, which makes for some really bizarre partnerships. Oh, God. The Nintendo 64 has been unveiled, chat. You're looking at the first published photos of the 64-bit beauty. Talk about sleek. This baby's a Porsche from the subtle curves of the 4 controller ports. Release date April of 1996. Yeah, that didn't happen either. This isn't actually a very interesting feature. It's just a puff piece and some quotes from the people that worked on it. Fat. That's basically this feature, yeah. If you want to fuck the N64 system. Anyway, skip. What's coming up in the future? Judge Dredd. Yes, this is the Stallone one. This is another one of those SNES platformers that looks good in screenshots, but I've always been curious how it actually plays. Speaking of which, right here, Phantom 2040. Who remembers that flash in the pan? Tournament Jam on Game Boy. What else we got? Alright, let's skim this. Rare news. Nintendo Rare decided to strengthen their close bonds. Nintendo purchasing 25% of the British company. Yada, 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 whatever. X-Band price breaks. Makers of X-Band have set a new price structure for the service. Good news, the prices have dropped dramatically. X-Band modem is now set to be released with a suggested price of $29.95. Monthly service will be available in 2 packages. $9.95 a month will get you unlimited connection time and credits. $4.95 plus a one-time installation charge of $2.75 gets 50 credits. That's a lot more reasonable than the initial plans they had going. Why are they so pissed off about head-on soccer? What? We'll get there. I can't see Judge Dredd and Nintendo America censorship working together. I think it was a pretty PG game. I remember Phantom 2040 because keygens love to use music from it. Community Night is 1 week from tomorrow. It's the final Friday of the month. Primal Rage, if you're into snapping jaws and prehistoric gladiators, Primal Rage is the game for you. The Game Boy and Super NES versions will be out early this fall. Head-on soccer. One can almost imagine the moment of inspiration for Rios Gold's Head-on Soccer. Someone's looking through the library of 17 Super NES soccer games that came in the Flash. Gee, if I only had a soccer game with lots of yelling and really terrible goalkeepers, then I'd be happy. The problem is that this soccer game has nothing going for it except 4-player option. You can get alright with FIFA International Soccer, one of the rare quality soccer games that features a minimum of crowd noise and competent goalkeeping. If you're desperate to boot a new ball or add to your growing collection, wait for Konami's International Superstar Soccer 2. Due out this fall and likely the best and possibly the last soccer game for the Super NES. What the fuck? Keep this person away from the windows. Good lord. That was a straight up meltdown. NHL Hockey 95. All right. Yeah, this in a Pack Watch preview. That's fucking crazy, man. Alright, check this out. Tecmo's revealed it'll combine the 3 original Ninja Gaiden games into a single Super NES game pack for release this year. We applaud the gesture since Ninja Gaiden was the all-time classic action games featuring awesome play control, great challenge, and lots of variety. The 3 games are said to be enhanced for the Super NES, but they remain essentially identical to the original NES titles in their layout. Why was there no Super NES Ninja Gaiden? This question has tormented me for my entire life. Why did Tecmo not make an SNES Ninja Gaiden? Bandai's bringing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie to Super NES and Game Boy, followed by Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the Fighting Edition. Activision signed with Shiny Entertainment. Creating 3D action suited, an engine for 3D action suited for the next generation game platforms. Cutthroat Island is the latest movie-based game to be announced from Acclaim. Great. Dude championing the series left for Squaresoft. He worked on Chrono Trigger. They wouldn't get anyone else championing again until Itagaki. Gotcha. Okay. I see. Alright. And that's it, chat. We made it. Took an extra half an hour, but we did manage to drag our asses all the way through June of 1995. And oh boy, what do we have to look forward to in July? Donkey Kong Land. Donkey Kong Land is the cover feature. But don't worry, that's not all. We've also got Judge Dredd and Nosferatu to look forward to. Oh, Jungle Strike on Super NES is going to be there. And it looks like probably a preview of Chrono Trigger and... Well, that's Donkey Kong Country 2 there in that little bottom screenshot. Epic Center could have potential. We'll see. I don't remember Epic Center being interesting. But I have different interests now than I did when I was a kid, so I might have just missed something there. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We can take as long as we want on magazines, honestly. It'll help me out if we can put more... If we can put more distance between Earthbound and Chrono Trigger. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get to Chrono Trigger anytime soon. But yeah. Alright, chat, we did it. We made it. We survived the issue. I had 2 things I wanted to talk about tonight. I'm gonna skip one of them. I do want to mention... We'll go ahead and talk about the schedule, because it pertains to the schedule. No streams! Tomorrow or Saturday. I am taking Friday and Saturday off. I'm doing a little weekend trip. Me and the fam. Taking a little road trip. Going to a resort. Gonna play in the pool. I'm probably gonna go get in the lazy river and just stay there for literal hours. So I may come back sunburned as hell, but very, very happy. I don't stream on Sunday. I never stream on Sunday. I never have stream on Sunday. There's probably gonna be a Sunday stream. That was the thing I wanted to talk about. This is normally something that I would do on a Friday, but I'm not streaming tomorrow, and the next Friday is community night, and I don't want to wait 2 weeks just to do this. So, here's the deal, chat. Important information for the future. I am thinking hard about doing some kind of building game, like City Builder or Management Sim or something, in the very near future. And I'm thinking that on Sunday, I would round up a bunch of the possibilities, and we can put them on a wheel or do some kind of request system and look at a bunch of them and see if I can gauge chat's temperature for each of them. So I've got a big list. We certainly won't get to all of them. In fact, we'll only get to a fraction of them, I'm sure. But that is the plan for Sunday when I get back. The Sunday stream that does not exist. Building games, management sims, stuff in the roller coaster tycoon vein. Yes, exactly. We'll talk more about that when I get back, won't we? And then Monday, of course, is Atelier Aisha. We ain't done with her journey, for sure. And yeah. I'm peeking. I think you'll need to dig up more translated RPG ROMs for July. Good to know. Thank you. I will take my own peek ahead and prepare as necessary. So, but yeah, next week on Sunday, special building sim stream. Aisha on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday will be dependent on Democratic playthrough votes. July 1995 and Nintendo Power starts on Thursday. Friday will be community night. It's RPG Maker games. If you haven't submitted one, get in Discord and do that. At what point does Atelier Aisha stop being Democratic playthrough and just become something we're doing till we're done? I mean, I wasn't planning on calling the vote off because, I mean, I don't really need to. It's kind of academic at this point. The margins for Aisha have been so commanding, there's not really a chance it's gonna get voted out anyway. Like, I know I probably shouldn't say this about a democratic process, but it's fucking true. The vote on Wednesday was like 11-4, 3 against. So, if y'all really want to save your coins, I can call off the voting. Actually, there might be a compelling reason to do that. I'll ponder it over my vacation. I'll think about it. But yeah, but honestly, the vote totally doesn't matter now. I'm 99% sure people are gonna vote to see Aisha all the way through anyway. So yeah. But that's a story for another time. It is late, I am tired. I've given you the spiel. I hope your feelings are well buttressed, chat, because you're gonna have 2 days without me this time instead of 1. But they're different days this time. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, or what. But let's go see if there's somebody we can raid. Nope! Bunch of people I know have not been streaming so much lately. Maybe they're on summer vacation like Beth was talking about earlier. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming out and joining me for another night of the Power Hours. It was good. I have no particularly heartfelt or incisive commentary here. It was a good night. I enjoyed it. It was everything I wanted it to be. I'm gonna be on vacation for 2 days. I will miss you, chat. But I will be back on not Sunday for the stream that I never do and a bunch of building sims. So hopefully I will not see you then. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.